Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Southeast Asian Community Exhibitions for Pokemon Unite. There hasn't been an actual spectator mode yet, but we are doing this. My name is JJ from the Philippines, and with me is Ryu Shaggy, also known as Shaggy from Indonesia. How are
Hi.
you doing?
Hi. It's been a while since we both cast together, right? Since I believe VGC on 2020, on January. So it's been more than a year. Been really great, especially for this exhibition match, right?
Uh-huh.
Where I think it's basically for us to showcase, bonding the ties between each other, especially within the Southeast Asian countries. I also know that we also might have, more Southeast Asian countries in
Mm-hmm.
terms of committee will be joining together. So we'll be obviously, looking forward to the next one as well. With, for example, for like Singapore and all the other countries to be able to join in this exhibition match. Basically just show everyone on how close the community is in
Mm-hmm.
this international relationship of Pokemon Unite.
Right, and I'm really excited to have more countries as well. I mean, this is just the first one, and quite unfortunately, these are the only regions that we've reached out to for now. But again, as you mentioned, there will be more. It's not just going to be Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Vietnam. Of course, we will try our best to reach out to all these communities from the other regions so that we could have a more diverse roster in terms of the regions for these Southeast Asian exhibitions. And at the same time, we really wish that we could finally get our spectator mode, so
Yep.
hopefully.
Yep. So basically today, guys, it's just about there's nothing really on the line here,
Mm-hmm.
except for the pride of being the best team across Southeast Asia, I guess. As
Mm-hmm.
I mean across across these four countries.
Mm-hmm.
For this time round, which we are, it's a bit of rush, but I hope that you guys can
Right.
enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Will be each of these countries. We're sending two teams, to
Mm-hmm.
join in this tournament. We have two teams from Philippines, we have two teams from Indonesia, Malaysia, and also
Mm-hmm.
Vietnam as well.
Mm-hmm.
So in total, we'll have 8 teams overall, and we'll be trying to stream as many matches to you guys as possible throughout this course of 2 days. So
Mm-hmm.
please be sure to tune in to our Facebook page and all the official live streaming channels, to enjoy this game over the weekend.
Now, yeah. Speaking of the official streams, we are streaming this on Pokemon Unite Philippines Facebook page. We are streaming this on Pokemon Indonesia community. We are also streaming this on over with Vietnamese casting, right? On trainer Vincent page. So make sure you check those out. If you want to see the Vietnamese cast, and for the English one, you could stick into the Pokemon Indonesia and Philippines stream. And of course, we also have some backup streams on YouTube, but we'll be linking it down below later on. But
Mm.
right now, let's head into the game. The first one is going to be Overdrive versus
Uh,
Mammoth Whiners. Overdrive
one.
coming in from your area,
Mm.
from your region, from Indonesia,
Yeah.
and of course, Mammoth
Yep.
Whiners coming in from the Philippines. So let's have a
Yes,
good
correct.
time.
Yes, let's have a unite time. I think which is interesting right now. Okay, we can see from the screen here. It's the overdrive, right? We have
Mm-hmm.
Wigglytuff, Blastoise, which is I guess the meta right now.
Mm-hmm.
Lucario, Eldegoss, and also Venusaur, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on the other side, we also have. On the other side, we have basically almost the same. I think the only difference is the Venusaur, right?
Uh-huh.
And with the sorry, I think the stream just cut out. Once again, sorry. Okay, I think the difference is the Cramorant and also the Venusaur, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually pretty surprised that we don't see a Greninja here.
Right. I mean, honestly, if I'll be asked, Greninja is actually a pretty good character, to have really good a huge power spike as well, but at the same time, it is pretty, it is pretty weak in terms of
Frail.
like its HP. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
frail. But let's find out
yeah.
though. These are pretty bulky teams. We have, of course, the Jigglypuff and the Blastoise, which is arguably the best defender right now into the game. And
Mhm.
let's find out how they're gonna be doing this.
Yep. We have this Cramorant. I guess who's I guess Overdrive gets uh the the what's the Pokemon on the middle, right? Well,
Right.
wait, my brain freeze. I got a brain freeze. But I guess in the middle, right? A corfish, yeah, corfish. But I guess in
Yeah,
the middle, like,
corfish.
yeah, I guess in the middle, it's about the, getting all
Oh,
these. We have all these mid war turtles
right.
right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yep, that's the corfish right there, which is spawned in the ninth minute. And that's really great. We have four Pokemons on below, and we have one on top, which is the current meta right now. Here we go, the first war. It's all in. And will we see a KO? We have seen. All right, I think everyone is using the focus man right now, right? So it's pretty hard to
Right.
take on the first KO.
Mm-hmm.
And both, I think, Overdrive has taken the Serious
The
Berry,
bees.
and also
Right.
get to manage to take out the Audino on top. We see
Right.
the
And
Eldegoss right now.
it is really just interesting how we see both of these teams are piling up for four players into that of the bottom lane just to be able to get some
Yep,
initial ganks here, and of course to
yep.
try and take down the bees, so that they would be able to like just harass the other team. But
Mhm.
looking at this right now, we essentially saw Overdrive, taking the lead in terms of the bees and of course the Odino as well. So let's find out how
Yep,
Mammoth Swine Runners is going to be able to retaliate against this harassment coming in from
yep.
Overdrive.
Yep, correct. And we'll see the second bees coming out right now as well. We see Watertail on top is going to dunk a 10 score points, which maybe is going to be huge, especially on on a game level that's pretty high, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stakes are high, or where everyone is. I'll say like on the masters rank, very professional. Sometimes these little points do actually matter in the late game. Oh, so we see the first thing. We see also the serve is not going enough to take out any knockouts at the moment. We see the flicker and the first
Oh!
knockout from is that that's knockout, right? We see the first knockout to the Cramorant,
Mm-hmm.
which Memo Swine Wireless actually takes the first kill of the game.
Right, and what's really interesting here is that it is very crucial for anyone to get the win in terms of team fights, especially in this time of the
Mm-hmm.
game that there's only like
Mm-hmm.
7 minutes left, just because of the fact that the objectives are now spawned. But look at this though; it seems as if it seems as if the team fights are still not done, as we are going to be seeing a little bit more of the poking game here, just to be able
Yep.
to get the KO over the other team to be able to get this Dreadnought. And here we have it. We are going to be seeing some
Here we
pokes into
have.
that of the Dreadnought. Look at that power up punch is getting fired up, but it's not going to be enough.
Oh,
Look at that
blast charge.
amazing water spout from the
Spout.
Blastoise. And of course,
Oh,
Overdrive is
and
going to be able to take that one up. Rafila is getting demolished right now with a water spout. And of course, with the help of Melon as well. They're going to be taking not only Dreadnought, but also the first score, the first
yep.
Skullgirl of this game.
Which is going to be big, especially coming out in the later rounds, right? When the second Dreadnought is going to be spawned, and for example, like if Overdrive's first tier is not being destroyed, like the amount of speed of the Pokemon needs to go to that point is going to be very very significant in the game.
Right. That is true. And now, since the Dreadnought is now taken out, they are not going to be, moving over into that of the Rotom. Of course, it is essentially 40 points, 20 points for whoever's going to be able to take it down. And of course, additional 20 when, Rotom gets into the score goal. But right now, we are seeing that there's quite a huge lead for Overdrive right now in terms of the points. And they are
There
just
is
trying to
one.
demolish Mama's Line Riders right now. They can't do anything. And right now, they're able to take down the second tier goal, a score goal of the game. First tiers from the
And
side of
they're
the
going to
Mammoth Winers, but at the same time,
right.
we also are seeing the Venusaur into the bottom lane, trying to get some split push here, but it's not going to be enough to take down the first tier goal for the side of Overdrive.
Yep. And it will be, as I mentioned before, it's going to be difficult, especially on the second objective of the game, which is very also important to get to take on the second Dreadnought, which is going to be spawned in the next 30 seconds, and they still have 39 points to
Mm-hmm.
destroy on the first tier. And also, Lucario is actually on top, trying to
Mm-hmm.
push around a bit and poke around and, try to disrupt the positions or the formations from Mammoth and Winders at the moment.
Right, and at the same time, what they're trying to do here right now is just trying to position themselves into that of the Dreadnought. As it is going to be coming out in just 2 seconds. It looks like the Rafila right now is trying to catch up to get into that Dreadnought. They are getting poked down now by Overdrive, but look at this though. We see the Aura Cannon not going to be able to take down anyone at all. We see the Unite Move Starlight Channel is not going to do a lot here, but look at that Unite Move. Hydro Typhoon is going to knock out a lot as well. And right now, it looks like Mamos Wine Winer is taking into advantage over that of the Dreadnought, but look at that Fires with the Solar Beam is going to be able to take down that Dreadnought. And of course, they are now the second one to take that Dreadnought, gets the XP and the shield as well. While it was Overdrive that was able to take down the first Dreadnought, Mouse Wine Winers wasn't going down, wasn't going to back down to get that Dreadnought at all, despite all odds.
Yeah, especially on the second Dreadnought, right? I think in terms of the position, Mammoth Wine is actually having the better timing, I would say. They come in just right at the right time. Whereas I think the formation from Overdrive, it's a bit kind of like a messy in a sense that, okay, you can see right now 40 and 50 is going to be scored on the bottom lane from Mammoth Swan Wires, which is going to be big, especially, but Overdrive decides to go for the objective and try to knock out the Rotom as fast as possible, and they can. Right? I think on top here, Rotom is going to be in.
Right. I mean, this is going to be huge as well, because if they're going to be stopping the Rotom, they have the pressure from the Rotom here just to be able to push down into this score goal. But at the same time, if they manage to get this up until the Zapdos, the Rotom's still here, and if they're not going to be able to stop this until the Zapdos gets in, that's going to be huge for them. But look at that, as you mentioned, Solar Beam is going to be able to take down this Cramorant from the side of Overdrive. But look at this, at the same time, they were able to take down the Rotom, and that's actually quite good as well, because if they weren't able to take down the Rotom before the Zapdos comes out, then it's going to be a huge, it's going to be a huge disadvantage against them, as, they might, Overdrive might just be able to, position themselves really greatly against Mammoth Swine Winers while they're still taking down the Rotom.
Right, and they are actually going for the objective as well at the moment to try to take down the Dreadnought as fast as they can, but I don't think that they are possible, right? Mm-hmm. And Cramor is trying to take out bits and pieces, in terms of, but they are trying to knock out the one on the bottom. The serve doesn't hit anyone. It's going to be huge. That's the first Unite at this moment. It's going to be a Unite move as well.
Gulp Missile. Look at that Gulp Missile. Not gonna be able to do. Not gonna be KO a lot though. Hydro Typhoon is gonna be used from the side of Mammoth Swine Winers with the help of the Water Spout as well. Gonna be able to take down that Cramorant. But look at this right now. Into that of the bottom lane. They're just trying to demolish Overdrive right now. They might have been able to not get the lead in terms of points, but they are now trying to get all the KOs right now. And now they have the positional advantage. They have the positional advantage and the number advantage over the Zapdos. But we are seeing the Blastoise as well trying to get into that of the Zapdos. If they're going to be able to take down the Zapdos, then they might be able to just win this game. And right now, Overdrive is getting inside the Zapdos as well. But look at that, Hohenhai is seemingly going to be able to not take the Zapdos at all, as they're going to be retreating back just to be able to prevent the KO from them. Look at that, another Solar Beam going to take out that Cramorant.
Wow, that's a really, really huge Solar Beam. But I guess in terms of the fighting just now, Mammoth Swan Winers actually losing the match where they actually needed to win the most. In terms of the
they're scoring up top. They're scoring up top.
550! 50!
They were able to! They were able to! They were able to take that one.
Going to for the Zapdos. We'll see who's going to take the Zapdos right now.
Mistimed Solar Beam though, and it looks like Mammoth Swine Winers is going to be able to take that one, but there's only 10 seconds left. Are they going to be able to do it this quick though? It looks like, look at now, JNS is trying to catch up into that of the score goal, and they were able to score in 1 second. Oh my goodness, that was so close. Mammoth Swine Winers was not in the lead at the first 8 minutes, but they were able to just tactically, strategically take the Zapdos for themselves and get the turntables.
Right. I think just now it was a really, really great match, right? Let's just recap a bit in terms of the final minutes when they're going to the Zapdos, right? I feel that Members for Virus is actually a bit risky in terms of
Mm-hmm.
trying to use all the Unite, but not in the position to actually take the Zapdos, right?
Right. Right.
But right, and it was actually there were in dire moments when actually Team Overdrive, re- um, when they actually able to come in, right, and they were able to use the Unite move and pressurize a bit, especially with the Blastoise on the field, nearer to the Zapdos
Mm-hmm.
area, right? But I think in terms of the positioning, it's a bit messy from Overdrive side. That's why they cannot capitalize on the, I guess, the big chance of the 10 seconds
Mm-hmm.
where they can actually just try to push for the Zapdos and try to take the knockout on the Zapdos and try to win the game. But
Mm-hmm.
what I think from MSW's great play as well, during the war, there's always one player that's trying to take out the tiers. There's always someone trying to score. I have
Mm-hmm.
seen, for example, on the top there's the Blastoise, and then on the bottom as well. I guess there was Aldegos just now as well on the
Mm-hmm.
bottom. Try to take up some scores as well, which is it's huge if they aren't able to actually knock out the Zapdos. So
Mm-hmm.
again, I think props to Mammoth Storm Winers, and I think we'll be able to see some dynamic changes on the second round.
Right, and definitely, I definitely agree with what you just said. They are just changing. They're just like making sure that there's going to be one player left up, in the top lane, as four of the players are currently going into the bottom lane, just to be able to get the XP. Because ultimately, getting the XP is much more important than getting points. As what just happened, as what Mammoth Swine Wonders showed us, they might have been able. They might have been the one who is on the losing end, in the disadvantage in terms of points. But like the moment that the Zapdos came in, their XP gap. Well, it's not like they have a huge XP gap, but like getting that XP, prepares them to have a fight, going against their opponents and have a fight. Essentially going against Zapdos as well, and not. That was actually quite risky as well. Going into the moment of the Zapdos, that was actually kind of funny and kind of risky as well for both of the teams. It could have went to any of the teams because all of them
Yes.
were just attacking the Zapdos. So quite
Yep.
quite fortunately for Mammoth Wanderers, they were the one who were able to get that. But if for some chances, right? If for some chances it was Overdrive that got that, then it would have been a different story.
Yep, especially, I think what's also interesting is especially the tier twos is not being
Uh huh.
destroyed yet, right? And knowing the timing at that point, meaning is that these players, I mean, Overdrive can actually
Mm-hmm.
score easier. It's
Uh
nearer
huh.
to the tiers compared to the tier three for MSWs, which is I think the only thing that's good about the MSWs is they have Eldegoss, which speeds
Mm-hmm.
up the process on going to the
Mm-hmm.
tier 3, and as well as the Bull Rush from Lucario, which speeds up the process to get to the last tier as well.
Right. And I don't think we're gonna be seeing some changes here for the side of Mamoswine. Honestly, even for the side of Overdrive, I think both of the teams have a really good execution, had a really good team composition as well. They have a pretty good defender, and let's be honest. Wigglytuff is actually a defender, not a support. Let's be honest on that. It's very very bulky. It's not a supporter. If you're gonna be telling me Wigglytuff is a supporter, man, maybe you should play the game more.
Especially with the same, right? And I'm
Right,
not sure, like, some people play with double slap, some people play with dazzling gleam. I guess it
right.
depends on what kind of team. Are you more aggressive,
Mm-hmm,
or is there like a huge nuke that you just need to double slap and slow
mm-hmm.
those opponents? Again, it really depends, but man, like, Wigglytuff is really tough, man. It's really it's really tough. And it's one of it's one of the Pokemon that I occasionally use as well. Like, especially
Mm-hmm.
I mainly use Greninja, right?
Uh-huh.
And if, for example, if Greninja is taken, I'll definitely pick up the Wigglytuff. Like, a team needs to have a Wigglytuff.
Ah.
Like, it needs to have a Wigglytuff in this meta right now.
There should there should not be a team where it doesn't have Wigglytuff. Like
And
there should
Blastoise
always be a team, and Blastoise actually. Blastoise is
at
just
this moment.
at this moment, yeah, definitely. Like Blastoise is really tough. Blastoise is really bulky, and at the same time, we see Rapid Spin, and then it also gets into a combo with Water Spout, and of course with Surf as well. But like at this point on, if you want to be a DPS, you want to deal a lot of damage, go in for the Water Spout because its duration of the move goes up until the Rapid Spin ends, right? But at the same time, if you want more of a CC, then go for Surf. But at the same time, those moves are something that you could use first, and then go for a Rapid Spin, and then the other move, Skull Down, will reset, and then you can use it again while using the Rapid Spin. So that's why one of the things that one of the Pokemon that's really really strong right now in the game.
And not to mention, I think the one of the things that makes it most unbalanced is it's bulky and its Unite move is crazy.
Crazy CC. I agree.
Crazy. Like
the radius.
Go out. Yeah, it makes everyone needs to go out from the room, right? But at the same time, if you're so near, you cannot go out from the room or cannot go out from the radius. So in any way, guys, we're going to the third game. Sorry, second game.
Second game. Yeah.
Yeah,
we are getting too hyped here.
Yeah, and I think the difference is that we see an Ella Ninetales right now actually from MSW side.
Yeah. They are essentially having the same composition, although we didn't see the Alola Ninetales earlier on game number 1, but this time it looks like we're gonna be seeing it. So let's find out how they're gonna be using this. Going against Mama Swine Runners as they are now having the first game of the match. So let's find out if Overdrive is gonna be able to get this game going for them.
Right, I think this is our and I think this is one of the interesting as well. They just want to hit the two eye palms, right, and then just go straight to take out the Audinos. And I think what's really good about Pikachu or Cramorant is that it's almost guaranteed that you can take the Audinos on the middle because of the crazy Whirlpool damage.
I agree. I agree with you. And at the same time, getting these Odinos is definitely going to give them such an advantage in terms of the XP. Yep. But right now, it looks like the Eldegoss from the side of Overdrive is going to be the one, trying to get some pokes here, get some XP as well from Swine Winers. But we're going to be seeing a 4-man here. 4-man into that of the bottom lane. And of course, both Lucarios are actually left up the top. And as you mentioned, we are going to be seeing the Eldegoss as well into the side of the Overdrive. So definitely they change up a little bit in terms of their composition. But is it gonna be enough to change everything?
Whoops. All right, I think I think Eldegoss just evolved, right? So that's why you cannot damage it. Will we see? Oh, it's still focus ban. But I guess same with it in the game 1. It's really great from Overdrive that they are able to give out the strong pressure, and we see the Lucario is actually taking out the jungle. Yeah, the jungle, which is really interesting, but it's being chased back by the Wigglytuff. And we see also the Lucario on the other side.
Yeah, that is actually one of the strategies as well in that of the early game, because you really can't use it. You really can't do it in the in the late game. So that's one of the strategies. To have two junglers. Sometimes have two junglers. One is going to be the Lucario to invade the jungle of the other team, and then one is your actual jungle. And of course, that also means if one of the laners from the other team is going to rescue the jungler of the other team, then they would have a pretty hard time in terms of the lane. So that is actually quite a good strategy. But look at this right now. We are seeing some games here. CC. Very good CC, as you mentioned, and they're going to be having, Alola Ninetales is going to be going down as well. So that's actually kind of unfortunate for the side of Monosonian Winers, as now we see Overdrive is getting 30 as well up top and getting 1 KO.
Right. Again, really strong first game, and we see the second B is actually great, but the power-up punch from
the Sing though.
Lucario. Yeah. All right, we'll see the Surf right now from the Cramorant. But I guess just now it's really great. I think it was the Water Turtle or the Lucario pushing back so that it cannot be whirlpooled by the Cramorant, which is a really, really smart play. And we see right now that the objective has been spawned. All 5 Pokemon are right now on the bottom lane trying just poking a bit, try to tease the opponent, but trying to make sure that they're
Baiting
not the
them.
one that, they're not the one that's actually initiating the, the initial damage.
Right, but look at this right now. They are, as you mentioned, trying to poke into that of the objectives, the Dreadnought. But it looks like the Dreadnought's HP is now getting into 50% HP. So definitely a team here is going to be taking in the bait. But nobody's still taking the bait quite interestingly, interesting and surprising as well. And look at that. They are just going to leave that Dreadnought behind as they are waiting for everyone to get in on that of the bottom lane. And right now, they're just trying to take down that of the Dreadnought, and my Swine Wanderers were able to get the Dreadnought on. Compared to what happened in game number 1, where it was Overdrive who got the first Dreadnought, and right now they're just trying to harass Overdrive into their own score goal, and now trying to get a score goal as well. Gets that 9 score in Zato's score goal. Look at that amazing Hydro Typhoon as well, and just like that, with the help of the Hydro Typhoon from the side of Mama Swine Miners, they were able to secure the score into the score goal, into the first tier score goal of the side of Overdrive, and now they have the lead in terms of points.
Right. I think the mistake just now was they're trying to poke, but they're trying to be a bit greedy as well from Overdrive. And one of the Pokemon tried to go up top and try to take the odd, for those extra experience, right? But turns out because of that, they're not in a position, to actually steal the KO of the Dreadnought,
right?
Which I think is a huge misplay.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, but also at the same time, Overdrive, they were just trying to bait out Mama Swine Whiners to the point that they were just really curious. They weren't able to really, take down the Dreadnought. They were just poking around and they didn't really harass Mama Swine Warmers. But look at that, though. We are going to be seeing the Gulp Missile as well with the help of that eject button going to increase its range, but not going to be able to KO anyone at all. But it looks like there's going to be a tree going down from the side of Mama Swine Warners. And at the same time, this Cramorant here still has 40 points up their pockets, still waiting to just getting scored in. But we're gonna be seeing that Wigglytuff here going into the bottom lane. It might seem like Overdrive needs to get the aggression up right now, because if they can't, Mama Swine is just going to eat them alive. But look at this though, even though Overdrive has the advantage over the HP, Mama Swine Warriors are not afraid to take a risk and take everyone out. Rapid Spin Hydro Typhoon as well gets in the follow-up from the side of Lucario as well. Rafila with that of the Leaf Tornado going to speed up their movement speed as well, just to be able to get away.
And they're trying to take out another Dreadnought as well. So right now they have lose 2 times in terms of the objective, right? It's going to be a bit hard for Whiners, but hey man, this is Unite, it's a Zapdos game, so we never know. And in 24 seconds, Rotom will be also spawned, which I think is also important right now, to try to take out the Rotom as soon as possible, and try to go for that offensive pressure on the lane up top.
Oh, look at this Cramorant here, just trying to get some score here, just to get an overcap into that of the score goal. But unfortunately, the Eldigos is still just guarding that score goal. But look at this, we have 4 players up top for the side of Mama Swine Warriors, but there's gonna be 5 here for the Overdrive once the Cramorant gets in. But look at that, we're going to be seeing some rapid spins as well coming from Virus into that of the Blastoise, just guarding this amazing Rotom. But look at that, Snow Globe is going to be used as well, but not going to hit a lot here. But at the same time, while that is happening, we are going to be seeing a split push into that of the bottom lane in terms of that Eldigos. Rafila right now was able to take down, that of the second tier score goal, just to be able to score there. And at the same time, Mama Swine Whiners were able to get the Rotom as well. Are they going to just ignore it or not? They are. It seems as they can't really ignore it, but at the same time, they were just pressured to just let the Rotom come in, and they were taken down by Virus with the Blastoise Rapid Spin Water Spout.
Right. I think MSW's Blastoise is really crazy, right? He's been playing really well in terms of the positioning or wants to coming in. And with that super bulky Pokemon, you can come into actually almost any fight, and especially if you actually have the Unite move, you can basically take out any Pokemon. And I think Overdrive is just going to go for the Zapdos right now, because they are in the losing end.
Look at that damage immediately! Oh my
The
goodness!
Unite move.
Golden Cloud Crash is going to heal them up,
Let's
but it looks like
go!
Mamoswine Warriors is going to be able to take the Zapdos! Oh my goodness! Hydro
goodness.
Typhoon as well, just to get them away, just to push them away, but it doesn't matter, as it was Mamoswine Warriors who's going to be able to get the Zapdos. So right now what they're trying to do is just score in some points here, you know, counter points, and look at that, the Wiggler is going to be able to get 40 as well into that of the second tier bottom lane, but are they going to be able to overscore against Overdrive though? That's going to be the big question here. But look at that, another rapid spin, water spout into the side of fires as well. 50 going down, and man, this is going to be quite a huge, well, not a huge one, but like going to be a close match, as not only was Mamoswine Warriors was able to, you know, get them some score here, but at the same time, you know, Overdrive was able to score for themselves as well.
And 40 seconds, alright, there's only I guess in terms of Overdrive, they can actually still take on the game. You know, like they're trying to
if they can
take out as Pokemon as possible and go with 5-man team, you know, to the opponent's side and take out, you know, 1 or 2 tiers, and you know, just try to score as much as they can.
Right, you know, as the game has told us, you know, looks like in terms of points, Mamoswine Warriors still has the lead, but at the same time, one more team fight could do here. We still have 28 seconds into that of the game. If they can score one more time, I think they have a huge chance of taking over Mamoswine, and we might get into game number 5. And look at that score goal for the Blastoise for Overdrive. There's gonna be another one here coming from the Blastoise score shield rather. Not gonna be able to take down the Blastoise, but they were able to get that from the Hydro Typhoon, but they were able to take down the second tier turret. But look at that wake up. Are they going to be able to score in time? They're not going to be able to score in time, unfortunately. But 522 to 562, very close.
It's really close, and I think it's the best course that Overdrive needs to take out the win. It was a really great game just now.
It was a really great game. That was so close. As I mentioned, it could have been any games. It could have been anyone's game. You know, while Mamoswine Warriors were able to get the Zapdos, they were scoring in, but at the same time they were counter scoring as well. When you know they have been keeping their 40s, their 50s. They were able to score it without any interruptions. But quite unfortunately, if that Blastoise, honestly, if that Blastoise from the side of Overdrive were able to score in, of course, it still has the score shield as well, but quite unfortunately, there were just too many into the third tier score goal, so they weren't able to score in. But if they were able to score in, you know, dude, like, we saw how close the game were.
Yes, and I think what's interesting is if we're actually looking at the tier 2, I don't remember where how many tier it was left, right? But I saw some of the Pokemon only has 30 or 40, right? So assuming that the 30 is actually come in first, and then the 96 comes in, that's actually going to change the game as well. It could have been better as well.
Could have been more. Could have been more. Definitely. But this is just the first game of our Southeast Asia Community Exhibition. So we're gonna have more games when we come back. Once again, I'm JJ, and with me is Shaggy from Indonesia. We'll be right back for more. Next time, on the next game, is going to be Malaysia versus Vietnam. Welcome back, guys. Once again, we are terribly sorry that we kind of took a while, but we are now back. And this time, earlier, we were able to witness Indonesia versus Philippines, but this time we're going to be witnessing Malaysia versus Vietnam. How are you doing? How did you feel about the last game, Shaggy?
Still hyped up. I'm prepared, and I'm so hyped up to watch the second game right now, which is between Malaysia and also Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. And man, again, this is the team, Team Mega Tyranitar and Team Trust Your Bro. The one coming in from Malaysia is Trust Your Bro, and from the one from Vietnam is Mega Tyranitar. I don't know where they're getting these team names. Honestly, Mega Tyranitar, of course, Mega Tyranitar, but like, why would you make it your team name? Honestly, I still don't know, but like, I'd like to see the results of their like training and everything, how they're gonna be performing for us this time.
Right. I think a bit about the background before we start. Right. I think for Indonesia, we have this. Last week we have a tournament, right?
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Which top two of the teams actually, joined the games. And I think what's interesting is Team Overdrive is actually we the initial team name was not Team Overdrive, with Team
Mm-hmm.
Orang Dalam, which is an insider team. Like it's an
Mm-hmm.
insider team because they are actually the one who helped me to run the tournament as well. But they managed
Mm.
to win out the whole tournament,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the second place was X. I know Indonesia, we have some qualifiers. I know Vietnam also have these
Mm-hmm.
qualifiers as well, right? They
Mm-hmm.
were having this tournament, and the top two teams is proceeding to the next match. Maybe JJ, you can introduce a bit about how you choose the team for the Philippines.
Right. So honestly, so the two teams coming in from the Philippines are Mammoth Winers, and the other one is Team Dynamods. The Dynamods are basically the team that played with Indonesia. The first exhibition match, which
Ah,
was just
yeah.
Indonesia and Philippines, and then Team Mammoth Winers is arguably the best team right now in the Philippines. Really, making up some results. Well, not making up, but like doing a lot of results here, winning tournaments here and there. So I thought, hey, maybe we could have them for the exhibition match and find out how great they are actually, going against other regions. But right now, we are now proceeding into the game for Malaysia versus Vietnam. Mega Tyranitar versus Trusher Bro. We'll talk more about the Philippines and Indonesia later on, but right now we're going to be focusing on these two regions.
Right, right. Going on to the game, we'll have a Mr. Mime, Bulbasaur, Froakie, Jigglypuff, and also Eldegoss on Mega Tyranitar side. Right. So I think on the mid will be a Froakie Greninja, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on top will be Mr. Mime, which is, I would say, like, it's not a support at all, man. It's not a defender. Like, the damage is so crazy. And
Mm-hmm.
we see a fake out and also light screen. We see a Wigglytuff, no, I mean, just a Jigglypuff, and also a Lucario on top, which almost
Mm-hmm.
took out the KO, but no, and Jigglypuff will need to go back, but decides to, respawn from the home base
Mm-hmm.
due to being knocked out.
Right. Quite unfortunately, though, just to give a little bit of a recap here, guys, we are only going to be able to show you Team Mega Tyranitar's side, as they are the only ones who has access to a capture card. So we're going to be seeing only one side of the screen right now, and that is, of course, as I mentioned, from Mega Tyranitar. But right now, we are seeing some leads here from the side of Mega Tyranitar. They were able to get in the first KO, and at the same time, they're going to be, I think, just preparing to get into that of the Beast. But let's find out if Trustler Bro is going to be able to, get some Beast here as well. But it looks
Yep.
like the Lucario is trying to get back up as well as Mr. Mime Kyogre. 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 This is going to be really
Kyorge,
hard
Kyorge.
to
Whoa,
pronounce.
that's really
Kyogre.
huge.
There
He's
you go.
taking out three of the combis, and also, I think he's knocking out the. Alright. I think he's also knocking out the Vast Queen as well.
Right, and definitely it is going to be, one of with the highest points, and they were able to get the grab as well. So Kyorge is going to be getting in a lot of points here, but the problem here though lies is that yes, you might get all the XP. Well, that's definitely a good game, but a good way of playing the game. But like, if you have this much of points into that of the early game, it's gonna be hard to really put it down. Especially at this point in the game.
Right. And especially, battling against a Lucario, which is right here, another 5 points on
Hmm.
top. We'll see the confusion, also guard swap coming out, and also another 5 points. I think, do you think he's playing an attack weight on this Pokemon?
I think so because it wouldn't make any sense if like Lucario is just going to score a lot here. Obviously he's not going to have Aeos Cookie, that's for sure.
Yes,
But so
not
attack weight
as
is
cookie.
definitely going to scale up its attack. So putting in some points here. It doesn't matter how many points you have, even if it's just one. As long
Right.
as you can score in a lot, you're gonna get all these score advantages, score
All
additions
right.
from the attack weight. So definitely that's gonna be a huge threat here for the side of Mega Tyranitar once it actually
All
scales up
right.
real quick.
All right. I think right now, just now, Misma will be off better to go for the 30 points and not taking out the Carfish on the side, right? And just go straight down for this war, which is the objective to get the Dreadnought on
Mm-hmm.
the 7 minute. Trust your bro is being moved that back a bit. This is the first time we saw all of the
Oh,
Pokemon. I guess that's a really
Mega
good bowling,
Tyranitar was able to
really good
get the
thing
Dreadnought.
as well, and able to get the
Mm-hmm.
Dreadnought. Wow, really huge from Mega Tarantar. And that's also a kill. And right now they are able to knock out the first tier of the Pokemon of the shield of the tower and still going for going really greedy, I would say.
Right. I mean, well, no. Actually, I don't think they're really greedy. It's just that they have such a huge advantage that they are just confident and in pushing in, and it doesn't matter. As look at this, Kyorge right now is just scoring in some points, just trying to get some XP's, and it's not getting interrupted at all. And now for the rest of the teammates, of course, for Mega Tyranitar, they are going into that of the top lane and just trying to contest that of the Rotom, and it doesn't matter if Trust Your Bro is going to be able to get the Rotom, and they did as well. It doesn't matter that much because they still have the advantage over the XP, and having the advantage over the XP is much more important than getting the advantage over the points. Although we are getting some screen tearing here, is it going to be fixed in a while? But we are going to be seeing some backdoor scoring here from the side of Kyorge as well. But look at this, Grimer is going to be taken down with one more hit. That is the boosted attack from that
That's
of the
also
Mr.
low!
Mime. But that's going to be two with 25 more points. Kyorge is on a roll right now.
That was crazy. That was really crazy. And right now, it's able to go for another. Is there going to be a unite move from Kyrgyz? I don't think so. Right, going
Yeah,
to go
it's
for
not
the
worth it.
platform switch. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's
Yeah,
not worth
definitely. If there are a lot of the teammates, of course, from the side of Trust Bro in a team fight, then yes. As Showtime is an AOE stunning with knock up as well. So that's a huge CC move to support in their teams in terms of team fights. Definitely really gonna be useful in on that of the
That's a really great
objectives.
unite move.
But look at that, Water Burst Shuriken is going to be able to take down that of the Snorlax, and at the same time, we're gonna be seeing one more KO as well here into the form of the Blastoise. They're not going to be able to do anything at all as Mega Tyranitar was able to take in the Dreadnought and as well as the Blastoise. Two are now down into the side of the Treasure Bro, and they're just going to be able to just push in into the side of the Treasure Bro, into that of the second tier score goal, and from there just push in as well, get some points. But they're going to rotate now into the top lane, get some score into the first tier score goal into the top lane, and as well as get their positions ready, for the positional
For
advantage
Rotom.
into that of the Rotom. Exactly.
And they're also getting all the bees, man. They're also getting all the bees as well. All right. That's the God Swap. That's the confusion. Man.
Oh, Rapid Spin, Water Spout is going to be
Wait,
used
okay.
here. Oh, no, didn't go
Is that-
in for a Water Spout
Wow,
first, but look at this.
Unite.
Showtime right
Whoa,
now. We're going to be seeing
Showtime.
some heavy
It's
slam as well.
Showtime.
Hydro Typhoon is going to be able to
Whoa.
take down this Mr. Mime, but Water Spout is going to be used by the Blastoise here. Still has the boost from that of the Rapid, from that of the ult, but it doesn't matter. It used its Rapid Spin right now with the help of the Water Spout. Not going to deal a lot of damage here, but with this Greninja, they are just going to be able to take down this Rotom. As you mentioned, it is quite a huge damage coming in from this Greninja, and we are seeing the power of Greninja if it is left alone with a huge XP gap.
Wait, okay. I think Granger is big, But in this game, I feel like the Mr. Mom is playing like a huge role as well. Like,
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
I didn't mention it to you, right? Like, why did he try to get up all the XPs? But it turns out
Mm-hmm.
it's actually paying off. It pays off. Like, even though, like, okay, we see a Blastoise, we're scared when the opponent has a
Yep.
Blastoise, right? But like the Blastoise in Trust Your Bro is not even, I'll say, like scary for Mega Tyrant's team at this moment. At this moment,
Especially with the
and they're
help of
trying
that,
to.
with the help of the Mr. Mime, they're just really pushing down away the Snorlax and the Blastoise. Despite being bulky, they are dealing a lot of damage here. Look at that, another confusion from the side of the Mr. Mime rather. But look at that, we're gonna be seeing a gulp missile once again. Not gonna be able to KO anyone from the Mega Tyranitar side, but at the same time, they were able, Trust Your Bro is gonna be able to take down this Dreadnought. But at this point, it doesn't matter as much as Mega Tyranitar was able to get 2 of the Dreadnoughts in this game so far. So if anything, taking that Dreadnought is just going to put them in an equal footing, making them catch up into that of the XP from the side of
Right.
Mega Tyranitar. But now
Right.
Showtime's coming
Right.
down as well. Once again, it might be able to take down that Cramorant, and it did as well. Power Up Punch is going to be used as well by
Dark
End Spirit,
Swap.
but not going to be enough here.
Infusion.
We're going to see Aura Cannon there, going to deal a lot of damage, but not going to be quite enough though. But look at that 3 going to be out for Treasure Bro. That's going to be a 3-for-3 trade for both of the teams here. But we're going to see a Rapid Strike here, or sorry, not Rapid Strike, but rather Rapid Spin, and the Water Spout going to take down everyone from the side of Mega Tyranitar. And just like that, Trust Your Bro might just be able to take down the Zapdos and take that of the huge turntables for themselves going against Mega Tyranitar, but they don't have enough time there. They need to be able to remove this Wigglytuff away from the Zapdos, and they were able to take the Zapdos as well.
They're able to take Zapdos, but as we see, they're still not. Like okay, there's 80. Okay, that's 100. Able to knock out the Pokemon with the 50 points. There's 200. I think. Mr. Mom is just going to go for the 56 points, right? They don't want to go for too much, or he still want to take some falls, I guess.
Lucario is split pushing here. Lucario is split pushing. They need to be able to jump into the jump pass. There we go. They were able to, prevent Kyogre from scoring in. But we're gonna be seeing a Cotton Cloud Crash right now from that of the Eldegoss, just to be able to get some sustains here. They can't let Trust Your Bro to score more, because if they can score even one more time, I think that's gonna be room for them to take this game away from Mega Tyranitar. Despite Trust Your Bro getting into Zapdos, I think Trust Your Bro getting the Zapdos, I think Mega Tyranitar still has the lead here, unless they were going to be able to score at least once, even if it's just a small score.
JJ, you know what? I think I take back that when I say that Blastoise is not scary for them. Like, that was freaking scary, man. Like,
It was in the last
turn. All the work. That was still all the work.
Oh, that was close. That was close.
That was really close. That was close.
Right, as I mentioned to you earlier,
really close.
like, honestly, at the very, the early parts of the game, Blastoise wasn't scary. Definitely, but the moment that they were able to take the Dreadnought, the third Dreadnought from the game, they were able to catch up in terms of XP into Mega Tyranitar, and from there, made sure that Blastoise can go against toe-to-toe against Mega Tyranitar's team, and as we just saw, it was able to take 4 from the side of Mega Tyranitar.
It's freaking crazy, man. Like, what's a hard game? It
was definitely a hot game.
Yeah, and I think in terms of strategy, right, they played a bit differently in terms of like the timing compared to the games that we saw before between Indonesia versus Philippines. Also, another interesting thing that I actually saw was the lineup was totally different. Whereas on the previous game, like we have 3 Pokemon that were the same, right? And in the other 2, it's just it's a bit different, has a bit different role, but still same damage output more or less. So definitely, I would say like it's more like a mirror match on the first game, on the first round of the match that we saw. But this one was more of a dynamics in terms of, I've seen like Snorlax, even though I haven't seen them for quite a while, I would say.
Right, and I mean, like, it's just interesting how we're still seeing the Snorlax here. Honestly, I don't see a lot of Snorlax anymore. In the higher elo, it's usually the Blastoise. Instead of the Snorlax, they're using the Wigglytuff. Yeah, exactly. Just we again. defender, not a supporter. We then also see, sometimes alone and nine cells just to help with the CC, but usually we do Mr. Mime as well. And of course, we have, the last two, or at least for the North American, what do you call this, for the North American meta, the last two are attackers. But for Japan, they actually have a different kind of meta as well. But right now, we still haven't seemed to, establish our meta here in Southeast Asia. So hopefully, this would help the meta, get built up for our region this time. So
It's really hard. You know, knowing that Pokemon Unite will be coming out on mobile on the 22nd
next
of
week,
September.
next week,
Next week, right? This is like, I guess it's a great way to showcase ourselves as a Southeast Asia community. And before all these players, new players, which I'm really looking forward to,
Right.
joining
Get
through
in.
mobile. Yeah, right. This is like the final way that we know, like, hey, these guys are the pros on the Switch, right?
Right, like we might just to add into that, we might see that the players right now are the players playing on the Nintendo Switch, but we can't say as well, whether they're gonna be switching into the mobile release when it comes out. Personally speaking, I will be switching in on the mobile version as well, because personally, for me, I think it's much easier to control the game when you're using a mobile device. I don't know about you, Shaggy, if you're going to be switching, but honestly, I think there's going to be a huge influx of players from the mobile game going into Pokemon Unite once it comes out next week. So definitely, we're going to be having more of these exhibition community matches, and maybe even have a league of our own for Southeast Asia. But of course, that'll all depend on what would happen with our community when the mobile release comes out.
Yep. I think what's interesting is that you mentioned, right, in terms of mobile, I personally, during the beta, I play Talonflame, right? Right now, I
Yeah,
play
we
Greninja,
played together. Yeah.
And I think the hard thing about playing Greninja on the Switch is when you pick on the surf, right? You just go for the surf directly instead of try to aim, right? And sometimes it's aiming
Uh-huh.
to the nearest health, which is not the Pokemon
Yep.
opponent's Pokemon, but actually like the creep,
Mm-hmm.
like the small Pokemons, right? During the war. So obviously, like the mobile is the mobile controls is what I'm looking for. But I know that there are some Pokemons that, in terms of
It's better on the Switch controls.
yeah, it's actually
Right?
better on the Switch controls, right. You know
I
what I mean?
agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah, right.
I agree. Especially if you're playing, say, characters, characters such as like Lucario, where if it's a skill shot, especially with power up punch, instead of like aiming yourself manually with the power up punch when you're charging it. It could just immediately lock on into an enemy with the lowest HP and just attack it from there. So definitely, I agree with you that there are some Pokemon who are better to be played on Nintendo Switch, and at the same time, there are going to be Pokemon who are better to be played on the mobile device, especially Eldegoss. Eldegoss, that's for sure. Healing, aiming is definitely going to be better.
Yep. And I think the other one is also Wigglytuff, because like you can also double slap and also click sync on the same time.
Uh-huh.
Whereas if you're actually going on the mobile, you need to use your thumb to click on the two things differently, right? But on Switch, you can actually do it at the same time. And we don't see any changes in terms of the composition here. By Mega Taranta from Vietnam, and also Trust Your Bro from Malaysia. Going on to the second game, we'll see as well Jigglypuff and Mr. Mime going up on top. On the middle will be Froakie, and on the bottom will be Bulbasaur and also Eldegoss. Or, I mean, it's still not Eldegoss yet.
Yeah, definitely Gossifleur going into the
Yeah.
Eldegoss. There you go. But right now, let's find out how they're gonna be doing this. Earlier on, Mega Tyranitar was able to get the advantage. We're able to get all of the Lucario was able to get the bees away from Kyorgi. But look at this, another
Right.
point here. First score goal in for the side of Trust Your Bro. Really interesting though. From the beta, the first score goal is doubled on the mobile version. But right now they're just making sure that okay, yeah, this is just the first
Right.
goal, and that's actually quite amazing to have an adjustment. But look at this right now. Wait, Kyorge has Core Shield as well. That's interesting.
Yep. But I think in terms of like Lucario, right? I think the attack weight and Score Shield. It's really, really deadly combo,
Strong.
especially late in the game, right? It's really, really strong in terms of the damage that it can, deliver. We see the confusion and also light screen. We see also the bees, have been
Hmm.
spawned. And it's a bit interesting, like Jigglypuff is still up on top, whether in the previous game Jigglypuff is already on the bottom
Immediately
lane.
going down.
And
Right.
yeah, he doesn't care, man. He doesn't care. Like Mr. Man doesn't care if he actually managed to pick up the damage. But we see the
Oh no,
damage
but
here.
he is gonna be carrying now. He's going to care now. He's not gonna be able to get away here. Look at that. Another power up punch coming down. But never mind. Here comes a meter mash from Battle Lucario just to be able to take it down. This is what I told you, right? Like you should know. You should know when to actually score in, when not to score in, and definitely that was one of the times where you shouldn't be scoring in because even if you're gonna get some HP, recovery from scoring in, it's not gonna be enough if you're going to get KO'd anyway.
Oof, that's really huge in terms of the light screen and also confusion. And also, Butt's going to be
Oh!
knocked out as
Oh
well!
no!
Whoa,
What
whoa, oh
happened?
no. What
Wait,
happened? What happened?
wait, what happened? Wait, where's Lucario? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
No. Lucario's gone. Lucario's gone.
Oh, Lucario's
Lucario's
gone.
gone.
Lucario went down. Lucario went
Lucario
back.
went
Lucario
down.
went back.
Alright, that's
That was
1-5.
close. That was close.
I guess like nobody want to commit, right? Nobody wants to commit to take out the knockout. It's just,
Definitely,
like,
definitely.
like, they're scared because like if they're the ones that getting knocked out, it will be the risk is higher than the reward. I would say at that
Right,
moment.
and speaking of the reward, we are now seeing the reward going to spawn up in just a second now. The Dreadnought is now up, and this is going to be the reward. If one of them actually gets taken down, they're going to be, at the disadvantage in terms of XP, not going to be able to get into moves that they need to. But look at that. Water Spout is going to be used here, but it looks like the Lucario from Treasure Bro is going to be able to get the last hit into the Dreadnought, and now we're going to see some guard swap here, but at the same time, Treasure Bro is going to be able to take down two into the side of Mega Tyranitar, but Kyoga is not going to get any care at all, as they're just going to be able to score in, but at the same time, that was so risky. They were exchanged with a death here, but Hydro Typhoon is going to be used. We don't know what happened, but they were able to take down the Ivysaur, and that of the Cramorant is going down. Sorry, the Wigglytuff is going down as well.
So right now, I think Mega Tyranitar tries to take out on the another objective, which is the Rotom, which I think the Greninja is possible or able to take the Rotom, trying to pick up all those. Oops, that's a really bad. That's a really, really bad
Oh
call.
no!
Like, the
That was
serve just
that was
hits
quite
him.
an ambush. That was a
Yeah.
huge ambush from the side of Treasure Bro. We're gonna be seeing some aura cannons here and there, but it looks like Mega Tyranitar is gonna be the one who's going to get the Rotom. And at this point on, Treasure Bro has all the capacity into stopping that Rotom for themselves, so that Rotom won't be able to get any score at all.
Right. I think just now the serve was actually aimed for the Rotom, but turns out Kyorge actually just tries to comes in and gets knocked out. Right. I think one of the weakness of Mr. Mime is that the scoring is a bit slow, in terms of the animation. Which, again, I think in terms of, it can be an advantage, and it can be like a
Actually,
weakness as well.
yeah.
Right?
I
But
agree.
it depends. It really depends on how you play. Or, for example, like during the scoring, the unite move from the opponents actually comes out, and you can actually save because of that.
Yeah, because you're unstoppable at that status. But look at that, we're gonna see that Showtime not gonna do a lot here, as there's no follow up from the side of Mega Tyranitar. But following up with what you said, Pokemon such as like Gardevoir has a really slow animation in terms of like scoring in. So while that is happening as well, as you mentioned, it's a double edged sword essentially. It could save you, or at the same time it could leave you behind. Like if your opponents are already pushing in and you're the only one left still trying to score, then definitely you're gonna get sandwiched by the opponents and basically exchange your points for your life.
Right, Mr. Mime's trying to score another 17 points right now because they are definitely behind. And this game, Rotom is still not being hit. Oh, it's actually being hit. We'll see who's will be taking out the Rotom, the second Rotom, which is going to be huge, especially coming up to the timing for Zapdos in a moment. We see the ultimate skill from the Eldegoss going to for the Showtime
Showtime
right now.
as well. Showtime again with the Sing as well to follow up, and they're gonna be able to take down 4 into the side of Treasure Bro, and here on out they're just going to be able to score in, but quite unfortunately it was well, actually it wasn't unfortunate, it was actually luck for them to get in that 40, but at the same time like they could have get in the 16 from the Wigglytuff first, to be able to get more points, overcap that score goal. But at this point on, they could just move on. At the same time, we're gonna be seeing the Dreadnought come out anyway, in just a few. So that's gonna be going. That's going to give a huge advantage into anyone who's going to be able to take that Dreadnought. Going over into that of the Zapdos fight. There's still 1 more minute before the Zapdos comes out, and there's still more or less 30 seconds for them to take the Dreadnought before the Zapdos comes out.
Yep. Right, I think right now they just want to position themselves so they don't lose the Dreadnought. And we see the Wigglytuff up on top is trying to take out the 40 points, which he succeeds. Or she succeeds.
Yeah, amazing play
right,
here.
that's a
split push. Oh, they might be sacrificing the Dreadnought, knowing the fact that they have the XP advantage anyway, and scoring right now just to get the advantage over the points. And now, since they were able to sacrifice that of the Dreadnought, the XP, the levels are now just more or less the same with them. So they have like a huge chance of defending this against Treasure Bro. And at the same time, we also have Kyorga with Showtime here. Unite move could just CC stun everyone from the side of Treasure Bro, and of course get into follow up in terms of damage into that of the Venusaur and that of the Greninja as well. Showtime is coming out right now.
It's going to able to take the. Whoops! Wow, he's able to.
Snorlax was taken down. Lucario is taken down as well. Gatling Gulp Missile wasn't able to do a lot here, but look at that. We're gonna be seeing some rapid strike here with the Water Spout. Not gonna be able to take down the Mr. Mime. That was huge! Right, now, here's the thing. If Mega Torrential is going to be able to take down the Zapdos for themselves, then that means, the best defense is the best offense, and they were able to take down the Zapdos as well. And from this point on, I don't think Treasure Bro can ever get away from this.
Well, there's the single, but not able to take out the... Oh, no! That's okay, but the all right.
Call an ambulance, but not for me! Oh my goodness, Kyorga was able to survive!
Whoa, and I'm not 100! And right now, Mega Tyranitar is in a huge lead. It's going to be a monumental task for Trust Your Bro to come back. We see the Snorlax up on the bottom of the lane, trying to scores at 86, which he succeeds. And but it's still not being knocked out. I mean, the tier is still not being destroyed.
All right, so definitely, what it means is that is the first score that they did on that score, on that second tier score goal. So it's not still going to be taken down. But again, that was quite an amazing play from that of Mr. Mime. With the help of the Wigglytuff calling in an ambulance, but not for them. They were able to score in 100 still.
100 still, which is going to be huge. This is the final 10 seconds. We see the 11 trying to is he trying to get on a 1 point, 11 points, 22 points, but he does not succeed. And we'll try to see who is going to win 616 plus 413.
That was a huge game. That was a huge game for Mega Tyranitar. Honestly, oh my goodness, that was... Kyorga is definitely an MVP here. Kyorga was helping out their teammates, getting the initiations, of the team fights, and from there, making sure that their their teammates is going to be able to get in some follow up damage, and essentially just giving away, making way for their opponents, for their teammates to push in some damage, get in, the KOs and everything, just for them to get the advantage.
Right. I think in terms of the game itself, right, that we saw just now, in the earlier games, Mega Tyranitar was actually not in a great position, right? Mm-hmm. But it really depends. I think in terms of the game, right, it really depends on how you position yourself before the Zapdos comes out,
Mhm.
right? And
Right.
not trying not to go with the ultimate skill or the unite skill or unite move, near to the timing where it
Hmm.
it matters the most, right?
Hmm.
But definitely a great game and well played to these two teams. I'm not, I'll be waiting for the next one, which is I think Indonesia, right? Against was it Malaysia or Vietnam for the next game?
Right. So the next game is going to be Horizon versus X, which is going to be Malaysia versus Indonesia, and then after that we'll be following it up with Mama Swine Whiners versus Mega Tyranitar. So that's going to be Philippines versus Vietnam later on today. But for now, we're going to be taking a really short break, so make sure to stay tuned for more action only here at the Southeast Asian Community Exhibition for Pokemon Unite. And here we are once again. We're back. This is going to be eggs versus Team Horizon from Malaysia, eggs from Indonesia. Shaggy, you were telling us a little bit, right, about eggs. Tell us a little bit about eggs.
So Ags is a team, right? They were very committed and growing the fan base of Pokemon Unite in Indonesia as well. They have been creating several teams actually. They actually have
Mm-hmm.
like the first tier teams, second tier teams.
Mm-hmm.
There's some members in the guild where they make several teams, and I think this is the first tier teams that's going to be playing against Malaysia. I
Uh-huh.
also know that they are playing since quite a while, and I can all see that they're already at Masters. And you know
Oh,
what?
yeah, they
Yeah,
are. They are actually.
we'll see the Blastoise, which with the Fluffy Tail. We have two Fluffy Tails on Horizon side. One is
Uh-huh.
the other one is Lucario, and Lucario is using a full heal on Egg's side.
Right. That's actually quite interesting
Same.
as well.
It's the same. It's
No,
the same. It's the same, right? The same team, right?
yeah, almost the same team. We have the Eldegoss, we have the Froakie, we have the Lucario, we have the Squirtle, we have the Jigglypuff, which is actually they have the same Pokemon. They have
Yeah,
the
they
same
all
Pokemon.
have the five-set Pokemon.
Just different. Just having a different set of teams and set of items for health items
Mm.
and battle items.
Yep. Which again, like in the Pokemon game that we usually play before in the VGC, right? It's
You
it's like no, man. It's like same Pokemon can be different depending on the
the
items
stats.
and the sets and the
Yep.
stats that you set up, right? So again, it might be different from game from one squirrel to another squirrel, depending on the
Mm-hmm.
items and also depending on the skill set as well. But for this case, the both decides to go with the Fluffy Tail, and right now War Turtle is ready to come in with a Skull Bash and also War Spout to take on all these bees. We see the Skull Bash. Oh, trying to score in. The Skull Bash is going helping to go out with the War
Mm-hmm.
Spout. And this
Right.
is
You
the
know what's
first war
interesting
of the
here?
game.
You know what's
Yep.
interesting here is that this Skullbush isn't actually getting used as an attacking move, but rather getting used as an eject button to get out of
Yep.
situations. So after scoring in, they were able to use the Skullbush just to get away, and of course get the Water Spout as well, just to be able to get advantage over the damages going into the bees, to get the XP and of course get the scores as well to get an advantage over that of eggs. But right now, it seems as if no, this is still kind of the early game. But we are seeing the jungle invasion from the Eggs' Lucario over the jungle of Horizon, and they were able to take in the violet buffs. Of course, that of course is the Ludicolo. And right now, we might be able to
Which is the
see
most
just
important
more,
buff.
which is the most important buff. I'd have to agree, but only if see if it's the early game that we're talking about. Yes, it is the most important one because it will deal more damage to an already dying wild Pokemon. But like if we're talking about the late game for team fights, the one that's more important is the orange buff, just because of the fact that it
Yep.
slows down your opponents when you hit them, and that is just what happened with the Water Spout Rapid Spin from that of the War Turtle. But right now we're gonna be seeing one player goes down. That Frogadier goes down for the side of Horizon, definitely going to give an advantage over that of the Eggs as well in terms of numbers. And look at that, they were countered by Eggs' own Rapid Spin Water Spout and was able to take down this Water Tail from the side of Horizon.
Yep. In terms of the level, it's not really that much different. But right now, Wartle just decides. It's confused, trying to go for the Ludicolo or just go directly for the objective right now, which is the Dreadnought. Nobody's hitting the Dreadnought yet. While
Mm-hmm.
we see the Rapid Spin and also the War Spout able to take out, not able to take any knockouts at the moment. We see the counter.
But there's gonna be one
from
though. There's gonna be one though. The rapid spin is just on a roll for the side of X, and they're gonna be able to take down the first tier score goal as well for themselves. And after doing that, they still have the positional advantage over that of the Dreadnought, and they might have been able to just take the Dreadnought as well, and they did.
Wow, this is really really crazy game. Like I think Horizon needs to step up in terms of the positioning or formation of it. I'm not saying that they're in a bad position or whatsoever, but in terms of, for example, like right now, right, they're actually having 5 players on top, while they just I don't care if we actually lose the battle, but as long as I can get the Blastoise in and trying to go for the end game, the objective for the end game, which is trying to knock out the Zapdos, that's the priority right now for Team Horizon.
Right, and man, I'm just really interested how this is going to unfold right now, as seeing how Egg still has an advantage over that Horizon. Obviously Zapdos is going to be a huge one here for Horizon, but only if they are going to be able to take down the Zapdos once it comes out. But at the same time, having this huge of advantage from Eggs, they are in very capable hands of taking this down. Sorry, taking down the Horizon team from defending Zapdos away from Horizon, and from there, of course, yes, they might have been able to take down the Greninja, but is that going to be enough? Look at this, Wigglytuff is soloing this Blastoise.
And Eldegoss come in to help and decides to take the knock out on the Wigglytuff. And as we see, it's still 5 minutes into the game, and they're already on the 3rd tier of the tower. Crazy play by Eggs.
See, here's the thing though. As you mentioned, they're already on the 3rd tier of the of the score goals for the side of Horizon, right? So even if Horizon could get the Zapdos here, for them to be able to turn the tables around, they need all of them would need to score, because there are times where yes, they one team might be able to get the Zapdos, but not everyone is going to get the scores. If one of them is out. But look at this though, they are trying really hard to get this Dreadnought, gets the Hydro Typhoon as well, gets the CC, but that's not going to be enough, as X is going to be able to pull up their own as well. Caught Cloud Crash right now from the side of the Eldegoss, but it's not going to be enough to sustain themselves, but they're going to be able to take down 2. No, make that 1-for-1 trade right now, as Wigglytuff is now going to go down as well. No, never mind. It was being able to survive as well, but we are going to be able to see Gods here not going to be able to take down the Blastoise. That Surf missed time though, but the Lucario though is just eyeing this Dreadnought right now, but was able to get stolen by that Greninja with the Surf.
I believe just now the objective for the after knowing that the Surf from the Greninja has out, right? I think instead of trying to knock out the Greninja, it's better to actually knock out the Dreadnought and get that shield before knocking out the Greninja. That's how I believe the play should be.
Right, but look at this though. Not only were they able to get the Dreadnought, but they were able to get the Rotom as well. So this is going to be quite an advantage for the side of X, and this is going to be quite an harassment from the side of X as well, going into that of Horizon. And right now, they are just letting the Rotom to just go in its way while taking down the jungle and the wild Pokemon from the side of Horizon. And look at this though. This is quite a struggle from the side of the Hydro Typhoon is going to come out right now. Even after the rapid spin, this is going to be quite a struggle. Yes, they were able to take only 2 from the side of Horizons. No, from the side of Eggs. No, make the 3. But it took them so long. It took them so long to take down 3. What more? What could they do to take this Zapdos away from X? If they're not going to be able to take this Zapdos away from X, then they're not going to be able to win this game at all.
Right. And I think right now, in terms of having 20 more minutes, 20 more seconds to the Zapdos timing, it's the best, to wreck out as many balls as possible. So that's why when you're actually able to knock out the Zapdos, you can go straight directly and score the 1 goals of 100 and try to change the game around. We're really struggling right now for Team Horizon. But all the Pokemon has been set up. The formation has been set up. Unfortunately, we don't have the
Cloud Crash.
ultimate.
Right, Colin Crush right now
And
coming in from that of the LD Gospel. Look at this. It looks like Hydro Pump is not going to work here. Well, he doesn't have any Hydro Pump at all. But look at that. Rapid Spin is going to be used to just get away. But
no,
Leaf Storm, not Leaf Storm, but Leaf Tornado is going to be able to take down the Blastoise. And right now, X is just securing the Zapdos. And again, the best defense, the best offense is the best
offense is
defense.
the
And they
best
were able to
defense.
fend that Zapdos away from Horizon. And from here on out, they are not going to be able to take down, they're not going to be able to get turntables here. They're not going to be able to turn the tables around here for Horizon, and we're just waiting for the game to end here. Regardless of what happened, we're seeing another what a goal, another
What a
100
goal.
here, and I think another 100 as well is coming down away from them. Dude, this voiceover, this voice actor, I don't know what Pokemon did. I don't know why they paid this guy to say what a goal, but that voice line is now my nightmare. That is my nightmare.
It's your night. No, no, no. It depends, right? It depends on
Oh,
which
it
side
depends. Yeah,
you're in.
definitely. Definitely,
It depends
definitely.
on
But like,
which
if you're in
side
the
you're in.
losing end, then definitely that's a nightmare. Like it will haunt you. It will haunt you until the next day, and then you just keep on playing the game, and it will still haunt you.
Right. So right now, I'm trying to go in, and try to score as many as possible. But Lucario decides to come in and try to take the knockout on the Blastoise with the Water Spark and also Rapid Spin combo, trying to just survive. But with the Unite move from Lucario, right.
Man.
156 and 758. It's a bit far, but I guess, but I believe like Horizon still can come up to the next game, changing a bit of the strategy, I guess, in terms of the formation, in terms of the objectives on how should I bait the opponent, or even try to change up the lineup a bit, in terms of trying to catch the opponent by surprise.
Right, and honestly, it's gonna be hard to like say that they need to change up the strategy, maybe surprise the other team, as like Eggs was just ambushing. Well, not ambushing, but like I can't find the right words, unfortunately. But like they are really just they are countering everything that Horizon is doing, essentially. Like whatever they do, Eggs will be just there to basically flip them over side up.
The pressure is on.
The pressure is definitely on. Like they can't do anything. They can't do anything at all, thanks to the pressure that Eggs is putting them on. They are being put on the frying pan.
I think what's really interesting about X is they know when they should push as a 4-man team and push as a 5-man team, right? Sometimes when they push as a 5-man team, one of the opponents, one of the Horizons players is actually on the other side of the lane trying to score some goals. But in the overall objective, they lost the lane, which is the big lane, and they lost, how they lose all the, the tiers on the top lane, right? And while they also know when to, just try to defend, which is 4 Pokemon, obviously, because they have more EXPs, and, one of the other Pokemon tries to go down and try to knock out some of those tiers by scoring some of the goals to Horizon side.
So yeah, honestly, I'm not sure how Horizon is going to be able to like adjust from this. Obviously, they have the same composition. Obviously, they have the same teams, but it's just that the execution from the side of X is just far better. Compared to what Horizon is doing. So maybe, I mean, I'm not saying that Horizon should do what X has been doing, because definitely there's going to be a risk. And of course, there's going to be a double-edged sword. It could work out well for them, but like if they can't execute it properly, then they are going to have a huge disadvantage, going against X here. But again, they have a pretty good lineup. They have a pretty balanced lineup. They have the Wigglytuff, they have the Blastoise, but quite unfortunately, the Eggs getting in the first Dreadnought, getting the second, and getting the third one as well. Including the Rotom, just having a better execution, having better macro, having better team plays, as you mentioned, is definitely help them out to get an advantage going against Horizon. And man, they just weren't able to do anything against X.
Yeah, but what's matter is in the best of three games, right? You always try to win each and every game, but
Right.
on the way you learn something. You learn how the
Mm-hmm.
opponents change. You learn how the opponent's strategy, how's their play style and everything. And I think being streamed in terms of the tournament, they can also try to watch and try to learn how the opponents play some things.
Mm-hmm.
How as their lineup, how should I change? What were their weak positions or what were their weak? How we can capitalize on their mistakes, I'll say.
Right. And yeah, I have to agree, like they can adjust, but at the same time, it also gives the winning team, a little bit of room on how they're going to be able to improve, their gameplay, just to be able to further demolish and further assert their dominance against the other team. But let's find out though if that's going to be the case here for Eggs going against Horizon, as we see that Horizon is now getting in the Garchomp and Blissey and Pikachu. That
Yep.
is that is huge. We don't see a lot of Garchomps. We don't see a lot. Oh well, Blissey, yeah, we see it a lot. But like Pikachu and Garchomp, we don't see that a lot. And Garchomp, and as a Garchomp main myself, especially in the beta, you know this.
Yep.
Garchomp
Yep.
is a Pokemon that you can't bring unless there's going to be a hard support only supporting the Garchomp, and I guess that's going to be the Garchomp and that of the Blissey. But if at one point Garchomp can't get all the XP that it could get, then it's going to be a hard disadvantage for Horizon. Using Garchomp is such a huge gamble. Like such a huge gamble. It's very slow. It needs 5 stack that goes away, that expires really quickly. So it's gonna be
Like right
it's gonna
now.
be a like right now, right? It's gonna be a fun match, right? It might be able to get this Buffalo, right? But before it could even reach the Corpish, it's going to lose all of its. Never mind, I stand corrected. They were able to position the Buffalo really well to get that Corpish with its stacks. But going from the Corpish to the going to Corpish into
Other
the other
Corpish.
Corpish, yeah, it's going to expire its stacks, and even then, going inside the team fights. Now, this is why I like Gardevoir over what do I call this, over Garchomp, right? So they both need level 10 they both need to get to the final evolution to actually power up, to actually get the power spec they need to help team fights, right? But here's the thing.
Right.
Garchomp needs to be in the middle of the team fight. It needs to get the 5 stack in order for it to deal damage. Gardevoir, on the other
Right.
hand, just needs to be on the back lanes dealing long range damage, helping out the team fight, helping out their
With
teammates to deal
Yep.
damage.
Yep. Which with the side shock is crazy. I can
Right.
tell you, side shock is crazy. Like if if when you move to the wrong position, you're just dead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. And right now we see the bulldoze as well, trying to move a bit. We see if it's going to be expire or not. It's not going to expire. We see the bulldoze as well, trying to go to level 10 as soon as possible. But I don't think it will be possible before the Dreadnought or before
Right.
the
So here's the
objectives.
thing.
Right.
Yeah. I have to agree with you, right? Like Garchomp, for them to be able to actually scale up, and this is what I did as well. I was experimenting a lot with the Garchomp, especially after the full release, because honestly, I would still want the beta Garchomp, because that was definitely that was the better Garchomp. The Canada beta Garchomp was just so good, and now see the way for you to be able to scale up this Garchomp is to take in the jungle as well of your opponents. But if you're not going to be able to do that, then might as well just be a split pusher, just like what a lot of people are doing with the Scrussel. Split push up top and then have four man rotation up with the bottom lane, just to get the objectives up top. Just to be able to scale up. And definitely, this Garchomp is not going to be able to help out the teammates before the Dreadnought. It
Yep.
could. It's currently at level 9, but like, it's still not level 10. It still doesn't have its what do you call this? Livid
I think
outrage. It's a unite move.
I think they'll just it's not worth it for him to go down. He's just trying to
Not
go to the
yet.
rotom
Not
as
yet.
soon as possible, right? And
Hmm.
go win. Not going to take knockout. Yep. too
And this is
fast.
actually pretty good.
Garchomp's
This
too
is actually
fast.
pretty good for the side of Horizon. Like they are making sure that
Yep.
Garchomp gets all the XP that it could, and it definitely needs as well. Just to be able for it to immediately scale up. And now, not less than 4 minutes, it was already less than 5 minutes already up and gotten its level 10. But it doesn't matter. Even if it already got its level 10, even if it already got its level outrage, it's still not enough for that ambush from the side of Eggs. Maybe if Garchomp, was able to just get away in a different way, not to be able to get that five man rotation from Eggs, then it could have survived. But unfortunately, again, it needs all its 5 stacks, and being ambushed like that, it's not gonna be able to get that 5 stack that it needs desperately, and it needs its sustain as well, and that is where the Blissey comes in. And if it doesn't get if it doesn't get the if it doesn't get the sustain that it needs, it doesn't get its 5 stack that it needs, then it's gonna be hard to use this Garchomp.
We see the Unite move from the
Livid
Garchomp.
outrage. Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
Still not gonna be able to take
Or
down anyone at all, but it looks like they're gonna be able to take down the Blastoise. But is that gonna be enough though? That's just one from the side of Eggs, and again, this is a team fight. Even if you take down one, there's still 4 more to go.
right, right. And then I think what's interesting is right now the Garchomps, even though they lose the first right now, like in terms of the level, he's still in par with the opponent's team, with Egg's team, which is
No, yeah, but
might
that's the
be
thing
going to
though.
become
But that's the thing though. While Garchomp is on par in XP, the rest of their teammates aren't. So they are still in the XP deficit.
right, like right now.
Like right now, right? Like yes, we have our glass cannon, we have the Garchomp. It's already level up. It's already level 11. But look at the other teammates. You see, level 8, level 9. It doesn't matter if Garchomp is level 11. Putting Greninja in this side of the game, even if it's not a Garchomp, let's say it's a look, level 9, level 9, level 11, level 9, level 9. Right? That's quite a huge disadvantage in terms of XP. And Eggs just got the Dreadnought once again. So definitely going to increase that already huge of an XP gap away from Horizon.
But here's the thing, right? I think what's a bit mistake from Horizon side is he uses the Unite move a bit too soon. It should be being used during on the Dreadnought match instead of trying to knock out the 3 Pokemons. Which even though if he is able to knock out the 3 Pokemons, the opponent's team will still be able to come in during the Dreadnought battle.
Right, that's true. That's true. But like, I think it's more important to save up your Unite move for the Zapdos, especially if there's less than 3 minutes left instead of the game. You shouldn't use your Unite move just to prepare for the Zapdos. But at this point on, I think what they really need is to take down a lot of the players from X's side, just because of the fact that if they can take them out, then they're gonna be getting a lot of XP. That that's for sure. But if they're not gonna be able to get a lot of XP, away from getting these spawns here. It doesn't
But
matter if Garchomp is the highest leveled Pokemon here.
But in terms of compared to the game before, there's a huge improvement by Horizon side, right? In terms of the positioning, in terms of how they play, in terms of how they wanna go for the offense and trying to knock out some of the tiers. This is actually works way better compared to the mirror match just now.
Right, I have to agree with you, but at the same time, they are just. I feel like they are being held back by the Garchomp. Giving everything to Garchomp, making sure that Garchomp gets all the level up, but again, getting all the XP. But again, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that in a team fight. Yeah. Again, this is a team fight. We can't. This is not Mobile Legends. If we're talking about Mobile Legends, you're making sure that one player gets all the XP, gets all the items. Then yes, there's a huge chance. But this is not Mobile Legends. This is not any other mobile game. Pokemon Unite is a mobile game. That is not a mobile game. So definitely having this glass cannon is not going to help them a lot.
We see 80 on top. Which is being scored by Pikachu. We see also the war over here and the Unite move from Blastoise, but decides cannot take out the knockout. We see the Pikachu up on top. X decide to go for the Zapdos right now. But Pikachu is coming in. Will he be able to get the Zapdos? And able to get the Zapdos. The Zapdos is big. The Zapdos. Oh, alright. The Zapdos is not going to be taken. It's taken by Egg.
Wait, Ags.
And
Yeah.
yeah. Right now, it's in a huge disadvantage. And the 50 is going to come in. 100 goal from X Days. And it's
The
still not
nightmares
going
are
to
coming back. The
Yeah.
nightmares are coming back. This is bad.
But you know what? I
This
think in
is
terms
bad.
of in terms of strategy, right? In terms of strategy, I think Horizon did play better. And I mean, again, man, there's still 1 minute to play. There's still
Oh
1
yeah,
minute.
of course.
Right. There's still 1 minute. Anything can still happen right now. Even though you know initially they were really on the losing side, but right now we can see that on the bottom tier they can still push in some goals. The Garchomp has, which is 44. But I believe like Wigglytuff is needed to go for the Unite move as well. Oh, but Wigglytuff just needs to go in and help the Garchomp to go for some of the scores that he needs to dunk in.
Right, but there's only like 25 minutes left. There's only 2 Pokemon for the side of Horizon right now. That is the Wigglytuff and that of the Garchomp. So they can
And the
score in.
Surf.
They can score in. This is just this is actually kind of hard to watch right now. Like I have to agree with you that Horizon definitely did a better strategy here. Quite unfortunately, it wasn't the best composition. It wasn't the best strategy to go against X's composition, knowing the fact that X's composition is to bring everyone up. That was huge. That was close.
Man,
407 to
see,
418.
that was what I told you, right? It was really close. It was really close. Like wait a second.
Wait.
Do you read the Zapdos? Wait, they lose Zapdos. They lose Dreadnought, 2 Dreadnoughts. They lose the Rotom as well. But they're able to be so close to the game.
Wait, what happened? What happened? I see. Look, what I was saying was that their strategy, right, definitely was the better strategy from game number 1. So that was quite a huge advantage, a huge adjustment from Horizon, right, going from game number 1 to game number 2. But unfortunately, that I don't think was the best. I don't think that was the best strategy to go to, going against Egg. See, most of the scoring came not from Garchomp, but instead went from the other teammates. Yes, Garchomp was able to get in 30 at the early game, but that was just it. Right? So definitely, yeah, while Garchomp was able to help out in terms of damage, it was also, taken out quite quickly a lot. So instead of like helping out the teammates, it wasn't able to help out Horizon's teams for the most part of the game. So that is quite unfortunately. But again, it was definitely a better strategy from Horizon going to game number 2, but just not the right strategy going against X.
I wouldn't say it's not the right strategy. I guess in terms of the luck also plays. Looking at the score, I wouldn't say that even though they lost most of the battle, but the objective of the game, which is to score and dunk the goal, they're in. They were actually doing well in terms of dunking in the goals, right? But it's just like it's a bit unfortunate that I guess the Garchomp doesn't have the I'll say too many balls, right? Same with the previous game. There's too many balls when you just cannot dunk it in.
Dunk it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Assuming that if it's only have like 10 balls, right? He can just comes in, and especially if he has the score shield, and with the Wigglytuff going for the Sting, he can score that 20 points and actually take the game to game 3, right? So again,
and it was close as well.
It was close. I think in terms of the war and the positioning or the the objectives of the Dreadnought and the Rotom, they lose a lot. But I think we're missing a huge point here is that they were actually playing really well, trying to chip in all the scores, trying to dunk in all the balls, right? And which in result, it was really close.
They might have been. I have to agree with you. They might have not been able to win. The team fights. They might have not been able to win the objectives. But those minuscule amount of points, amount of balls, just kept on piling up. And again, 408 to 415, 417, very close.
Very close. It's just like what, four balls, like less than 1 second to just dunk it in, and then that's
Mm,
it.
if at the
Crazy.
very last seconds of the game, if it wasn't just a Wigglytuff and the Garchomp at the at the second tier of the bottom lane, second tier score goal, then I think they might have been able to score in one more time. And again, as you mentioned, brought the game into game number 3. But speaking of game number 3, we'll be seeing more games here later on when we come back. Only here at the Southeast Asia Community Exhibition for Pokemon Unite. We'll be right back.
Yo, by the way,
on. And we are now back. We know that you guys have been waiting for this. We are just going to be changing up a little bit of our stream because, well, we are now with Nitera from Singapore. Unfortunately,
Hey yo.
Singapore is not part of our Southeast Asia Community Exhibition, but hopefully we would get Singapore next time. So, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, but you brought me in so that we have a Singapore representative, right? Is that the case?
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe.
Yeah, but it's been some amazing games, right? For like 3 matches so far, at the very least, we've been casting, right? So
Mhm.
those were amazing games, JJ. I can't believe that I'm now here, joining you for like the next, few more games.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
what do we have
definitely.
installed?
Oh wow.
How to put anyone on the spot, right?
Right. Okay, so for this game, we're going to have Overdrive from Indonesia, and Trust Your Bro from Malaysia. So this is the first match. This is the first game on losers round one. We did make it the point where we're only going to be showing the upper bracket, which is the winners bracket. But quite unfortunately, not everyone has capture cards in their team. So just to get the stream going, we are going to be showing some losers bracket as well. But this is going to be the second to the last stream that we have, the second to the last game that we have, for today, and then we'll be going back as well for tomorrow for the semifinals going into the finals. But this time, this is going to be Overdrive from Indonesia versus Trust Your Bro from Malaysia, and going later on with Mamus Wine Wonders from the Philippines and Mega Tyranitar from Vietnam. So are you
That is
excited?
a lot of amazing games. That is a lot of amazing games. I have to be honest. Yeah, I can't wait to see all these teams. Even if they're the losers, they've made a great showing today. I've been watching your stream. I hope you have too. And can't
Wow.
wait to see
What
all
a
the
hope.
reaction.
Are you asking if I watch the stream?
Nah, well,
'Cause
I've been in the viewers.
I've been here.
And, like, yeah. Like, you have been watching for sure, right? Like, you've got all 3 games you've casted it. I'm sure you've been casting the right games, right? And
Perhaps.
yeah, so I think
Perhaps.
the match coming in would be right now. Which games are we doing? Let's see, real quick.
Yeah, we're gonna
doing
be
the losers round one.
yeah. Overdrive versus Trust Your Bro. So that is what we're doing right now, and I think we are gonna be ready in quite a bit. Let me just check in with the players if they can now get in on
That'd
the
be great.
game. Uh-huh.
In the meantime, I'm gonna just go through some of the things that we've looked through in the teams because I think all of them have made amazing plays. Despite seeing the scores being a 2-0, it has been quite the struggle back and forth for all these teams here in the C region. So this will be great to see who takes our win for today in the Southeast Asia International Exhibition. So I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see who's gonna take it. And of course, that means we don't discount any of the teams that will be playing here today. We don't discount any of the players that are in losers. We don't discount any players in winners. All of them are coming down here today. From Mammoth Swine Winders, Mega Tyranitar, Navi X, Overdrive, Trust Your Bows, Dynamons, and even Team Horizon. All are going to be amazing games. So I can't wait to cast this with JJ. And of course, let's get into it right now. So right here we have I do believe this is Team Overdrive, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is going to be the feed from the side of Overdrive, and quite unfortunately, Trust Your Bros doesn't have any players on their team that could actually stream for us. So we are only going to be watching from the side of Overdrive. And tomorrow as well. Right now, today we are having our Southeast Asia Community Exhibition. Tomorrow we're going to have our semifinals matches. But tomorrow is also the marks the day of the very first official Pokemon Unite tournament by Pokemon in Japan. Unfortunately,
Oh,
though,
that is
I don't
right.
think. Right. Unfortunately, though, I don't think that we're going to be seeing a stream feed for the games for that tournament. I hope that we could at least see some players streaming their run of the tournament, so we could find out more about the Japanese meta. But right now, we are going to be seeing that Wigglytuff, Lucario, Blastoise, Cramorant, and Eldegoss for the side of Overdrive, and Trust Your Bro with the Blastoise, Snorlax, Lucario, Cramorant, and Wigglytuff.
almost the same composition, with the only difference actually being the Snorlax and the Elder Gods. So let's just see how this one difference will make. A more slightly tankier way of going about it versus a more sustained composition. Right here, we do see Craveran going down for the A pump here, and it is going to be doing, these very standard clears, right? You get your 4 A pumps, you go into lane, take the middle Audino, take the middle Crab, and from there, that's where our first skirmish will begin. So I think in this composition, they'll have a very strong advantage at the start here, being with Craveran's high damage. Opting to skip both the A-Poms at the very end here. They're going to try and get this Audino here, and nicely done. They do. No, unfortunate. They didn't get it. I'm so sorry. I didn't see that happening. It was so quick. And this is what you expect from good top level play. It's the split second decision that counts. And of course, when we're not looking in the background, we do see Lucario versus Lucario going down here. Trust your board taking the first KO of the game, and they're going to collapse into the top tower. But right here we also see Elder Gods at the bottom trying to harass them, trying to get some points, and unfortunately not getting anything. So this is looking to be a bit more in favor of Trust Your Bros on the top lane, and of course the bot lane here, we do see everyone is just colliding here for a 3-man bot. So let's see how they're gonna push in for the bees. What are your thoughts, JJ? Come on.
No, man. It's not going to be a 3-man bottom, but instead it's going to be a 4-man bottom. We have been seeing this strategy from Overdrive since earlier, but right now, it looks like Trust Bro was able to get in all the bees, but at the risk of what they were able, they were just they sacrificed they risked themselves from being targeted by a lot of CCs coming in from that of Overdrive. Of course, they were able to take down the Snorlax as well. But this has been like the strategy from the players that we have been seeing so far, with the Mamoswine Whiners, with Overdrive as well. Four people are going into that of the bottom lane, and then they are leaving the Lucario up top. Exactly. in North America meta, we see instead of the Lucario, being left up top, we see instead the Crustle to get the split push. But well, this is Southeast Asia. This is not North America.
Split push, of course. And
right, definitely.
As we say, now they're holding down the bot here. We also see the jungle here, which is Blastoise, right? Now Wartortle, already level 7. He has Rapid Spin. He has all the tools he needs to go in. All he needs now is a Unite move, and this will seal
Hydro
for
Typhoon.
Overdrive, right? Yeah, Hydro Typhoon. So let's just see what is going to happen here, because now they've got to secure the bees so that Wartortle can slowly farm his jungle and prepare for, one massive tsunami coming in for Trust Your Bro, right? And there we go. Timer is counting down to, of course, Dreadnought, one of the most important objectives in the game. So once this timer goes down, the bees go next, the Arnold goes next. This will be the skirmish for these Blastoise here. Oh, Blastoise going in.
Right, look at that. Blastoise coming in, with the Rapid Stride and Water Spout as well. And that is quite a very dangerous, combo here, but at the same time, we have to remember that Trust Your Bro here has 4-man people. No, make that 5 people into that of the bottom lane, and right now Overdrive doesn't have the number advantage. Trust Your Bro right now, look at that double slap right now from the side of, oh my goodness, we're gonna be seeing that Dreadnought goes down into the Trust Your Bro, gets the Unite move as well, and another one for the side of Trust Your Bro, and they're just going to be able to just get that away into that of Overdrive, and that is to make the 3-4-2 exchange. No! 4 down. 4-2 exchange in favor of Trust Your Bro. Not only were they able to get the XP from the Dreadnought, but they were able to get the XP advantage as well from taking down 4 players from the side of Overdrive.
This is basically taking 2 Dreadnoughts worth of EXP, and they do not want that to happen. It was such an unfortunate situation that Trust Your Bro was able to get another Hydro Typhoon of their own as well to counteract their Hydro Typhoon. Of course, once again, if you don't know what Hydro Typhoon is, that is Blastoise Unite move. Keep in mind that they're both in a very peculiar situation now that, Team Overdrive is now back in levels. They're going to try to make something work here. Take their jungle, take their crabs, take their EXP, take their bases. They want to take as much XP as they can and trade them off for the Rotom they've also just got. Right here, Melon going to 21 points. Nicely done. And, of course, leaving Blastoise and Wigglytuff to defend the Rotom all by themselves. This is going to be very dangerous for them if they get collapsed right here. And
the Lucario on the jungle is getting hamburgered, my man. That is going to be huge.
But
you don't want to be in that situation, definitely. You don't want to be.
This is not too bad.
Oh yeah, that's actually true. If they weren't able to play that really well, then they might have just gotten taken down from that moment. You don't want to get ambushed by 4-man, 3-man, or as long as the numbers are higher than you or your teammates, you don't want to be in that position as
Of
you might
course.
just get taken down. But look at this right now. They are looking to position themselves right now. Overdrive is looking to position themselves right now into that of the Dreadnought, but of course at the same time, they Trust Your Bro right now is positioning themselves as well.
They'll be
But
doing the same
Overdrive still
for-
has the advantage. Overdrive still has the advantage over that of the points, so they don't have to rush in as much. But look at this right now. Gutling Gulp Missile right now is going to deal a lot of damage. Hydro Typhoon is going to be used by Trust Your Bro right now, and another one as well just
This
to
is
bring them
intense.
up as well. But that's going to be a 2-for-2 trade right now. But it looks like Lucario is still into that of the Aura Cannon is going to take down a lot here. And there we have it. That's going to be a 2-for-3 trade. No, make that 4. No, 3. Sorry,
Now
no, that's going to
money
be
exchange
5.
right there. Money exchange
That is
right
money
there. They're
exchange,
gonna move on to
exactly.
Rotom next. And this is great because they've burned all their Unite moves here. They're able to get the Dreadnought. They're able to push back. They're going to go for Rotom next. They're positioning themselves well, and they also have their buffs. This is an amazing trade-off for them. They might be able to make a comeback from this. Overdrive really kicking into gear here with that Overdrive for sure. That's the name in sense. And there we go. Moving in for the Rotom, fighting it off. Wigglytuff moving in, trying to get some sync here.
Oh, Heavy
And
Slam.
there we go. One
Hurricane.
down. They're going to move for the next one. And of course,
Right, look at the
everyone
large spout
goes
as
in.
well. But we're going to be seeing another rapid spin here from the side of Trust Your Bro. And look at that. Cramorant is going down. That is
That's
quite
not
an
good. That's not
amazing
good.
rapid spin water spout from the side of Trust Your Bro. So they might have not been able to get the points advantage, but they are trying their best to get that advantage away from Overdrive. Not only are they going to be able to get them XP advantage, but also the point advantage right now with the help of the Rotom.
And that's exactly what they're gonna need to push in with. Because now with Rotom coming in, this means they have essentially a 6 player to just push top, and now they can split back to bottom. Now all of them are distracted at top 3 of them, and look at that. Like I said, they push bottom with 40 points right there, and they're also in position for Dreadnought. This is amazing play by Trust Your Bro. Truly.
No,
trusting
that
each
wasn't
other
just
in this play.
that wasn't just 30 points. That wasn't just 30 points. So like they know what the order of them scoring in. So not only were they able to get 34, but they were also able to get 40. So that's an overcap.
Yeah,
on the
and
first
that's
tier
great, right?
Squirtle.
Like, that's exactly what we're hoping to see in the C Invitational. Good team coordination, good team play, and like I said, collapsing on the right people at the right time. Lucario going down, they're going for a Dreadnought, it's going low, nicely done. Wigglytuff takes the steal. Overdrive is now once again ahead. With the shield of Dreadnought, they're going to take this fight down, and they're going to probably go for a team wipe here. Or at least they're going for a triple down right here. And there we go.
It
Snorlax
is going to be
down.
a triple.
There it
Yep.
is.
It is going to be a triple, so I really like what Melon is doing here. Saving up the Gatling Gulp Missile here just for the Zapdos, because it could still be anyone's game here. We still don't
this
know
one.
who's still in the lead, but look at this right now. We're going to be seeing some KOs here, trying to get as much wild Pokemon here to get their Unite moves up, but they're trying to go in and score up top as well to get the double points in and overcap as well with 80 points.
Beautiful.
And right now, Overdrive right now has the XP advantage, has all the advantage right now. They have the Dreadnought
Yes,
as well, so
Unite
they have the
moves,
shields.
everything.
But they need to still defend this away from Trust Your Bro, because the moment that Trust Your Bro could get the Zapdos, all the things that they did would just go to waste. And at the same time, they have 90 seconds of debuff into that of the Zapdos, so they really need to defend the Zapdos away from Trust Your Bro.
Yeah, and already
Gatling
you see,
Gulp
like,
Missiles
all the
getting
Unite moves
used.
coming out. Gatling Gulp Missile. We also see Hydro Typhoon coming in. This is big damage coming from each of the players individually, and of course, this could be a team wipe right here. Aura Cannon moving out Blast, and there we go. This is basically a team wide going to Zapdos. They're gonna clear it out. They're
The
gonna push
Blastoise
their
is
points.
here. The Blastoise is here.
There we go. This
Just
could
trying
be,
to get
could be
this.
the steal. This could be no.
Oh,
it's
never mind. No,
unfortunate.
Blastoise got taken
Team
down. Blastoise got
Overdrive
taken
closing
down.
out.
Oh my goodness, that was a team wipe, but they were able to just defend it beautifully.
Majestically, right? That's the word we're
There we
looking
go.
for.
There we go. Thank
Yeah,
you very
but-
much.
Yeah, and right there we do see that a beautiful, valiant attempt by Blastoise trying to get for the steal, but unfortunately that was not what Trust Your Bro needed. They needed a full team comeback, but they were not fast enough to get Zapdos, and this is going to push them into a very, very deep, tough spot, because they've already scored
Mhm.
about 500 points, right? Like at best case scenario, plus Zapdos as a 530 points, they're going to have to make a big comeback to push everything back, plus 300 points in the center. And I don't know about you, but 17 seconds in my eyes is not a lot to work with. But let's just see what they can do. Trust your bro, trying to make something work here. 64 points into the bottom. Top is being defended, and of course they're going to try and push back. But 7 seconds on the clock, they're not going to make anything work here. Unfortunately, I think this is safe to say going to Team Overdrive. Nicely done. Good games for both teams. This is an amazing spectacle. I can't believe Trust Your Bro was ahead at the start. They were like clearing like each of them very nicely, even with the Dreadnought. And this comes back down to a Zapdos game, right? Like they were doing so well. And come on, you can't tell me that wasn't hype, man. Come on.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know, man. But like, you know, like before we discuss more about the game, right? I would just like to address one of the comments that we just had in our live stream. You know, that we should have banned Blastoise and Wigglytuff because they're bugged. Well, here's our take. Here's our take for the Wigglytuff and the Blastoise. This is just an exhibition match. This is not a tournament.
We want the best level of play. We want the best amount of Pokemon they can represent as well. So I think this is great. You know,
so yeah, that's number one. This is just an exhibition match. This is not a tournament. Everyone's just playing for prestige. We just want to showcase, you know, the skills of our players. You know, from Indonesia, from Southeast Asia, and at the same time, you know, if everyone's gonna be playing with bug Pokemon, they might as well just be, you know, like, what do you call this? Might as well ban every Pokemon because the bug works for all of the Pokemon. So if we're gonna be banning one or two Pokemon, we might as well just ban everyone. And at the same time, we don't see anyone, you know, with a jump pad bug, right? Not abusing it, and nobody's using it.
And that's
we are streaming the game.
Yeah.
Right? We are streaming the game. Nobody's seeing it. Nobody's having it. So, what's there to ban?
I mean, I think that's also another great thing about, like, you know, having this exhibition, right? We see that all the players, you know, they have the integrity to play as it is. They know how to play even without the bugs, and that's, I think, the best thing about it. The player's integrity, the player's skill, and of course, each and every one of you, right? So let's just carry on to the games, right? Like, this is the most important thing, like, we get to see, right? Player representation and their Pokemon. If I was a Wigglytuff main, I would love to see more Wigglytuff, right? Wouldn't you want to see it too?
Well, honestly, we already see Garchomp. We've already seen the Garchomp earlier. I was kind of really hyped. I've honestly given a lot of you know, facts and insight about Garchomp, but quite unfortunately, it actually worked out pretty well as well. You know, that was the last game, but unfortunately they weren't able to win that game. So I hope to see more of the Garchomp, but at the same time, at this point, I don't know, man. Like, it could be anyone. I'd like to see a Blissey come out more. We've only seen it once, so definitely that is something that could be replaced. You know, we have the Mamoswine and the Sylveon coming out pretty soon as well. So maybe coming out with the mobile release as well. So let's just find out what we're gonna be having here. Honestly, you know, as you again, I just want to see more of Garchomp, but like that's gonna be less likely as it doesn't really like work out really greatly. You know, in terms of like a competitive aspect in a competitive setting.
Now, I'm not saying Blastoise is bad, but I am saying a level 15... Sorry, Garchomp. I'm not saying Garchomp is bad. I'm just saying a level 15 Garchomp could 1v5 you. Just saying.
If you have all... Yeah, that's the thing, though. Like, I agree with you, but, like, the conditions that need to be met is just so high that it barely happens. Like, before you could even, like, get the 5-stack, get the sustain that you need, you're gonna get taken out. You're lucky to get those going in on a team fight. You're gonna be lucky if you did that. That's for sure. But if you don't, well, it's normal. It's normal to be sad as a Garchomp main. You know what I'm saying?
That's why it's such a joy to see like Garchomp mains, right? They're such a rare comedy, and when you do see them, it's like, I want to see them succeed. I want to see it happen. I want to see the 1v Zapdos. I want to see the 1v5, and you gotta root for them, man. Like, these are players that really hone their craft, and they're like, all right, I'm going to take this to the next level. I'm going to play Garchomp. You can play anything else, right?
Garchomp's jungle, bro.
Oh yeah, and you know,
Garchomp
speaking of
jungle.
C region, right? water, right?
Water, yeah, definitely, bro. Like, drink your water, get hydrated, get vaccinated, have all the
Remember,
water, bro.
stay
7 out of 10, 7 out of 8, bro. 7.8 out of 10. Too much
too
water,
much
bro.
water.
Too much water.
And all right, here we go. We're now looking at, of course, Overdrive's composition once again with the Melon providing us the stream. And a bit of a switch here. Before, we had the difference is between Eldegoss and Snorlax. Right now, we feel slightly different. The Cramorant has now swapped out into a Alolan Ninetales.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an interesting pick. And I think it might be attributed to the fact that, they want a bit more CC in their comp, which, entirely, not a wrong decision to make, of course. Because
Right.
good
Of course,
CC, right?
of course.
You want to lock them down.
Snow Globe, we have the Freeze, we have the Dazzling Gleam that could stun as well. I think you could never go wrong with the CC, especially with the help of the with the help of the Wigglytuff, CC Sing. We have the DPS here coming in from the side of the Blastoise. We have another CC from the side of well, not entirely CC, but like huge damage coming in from that of Lucario, and of course have some sustain as well from the side of the Eldegoss, and of course CC if the what do you call this? CC from Eldegoss wants the Unite moves up, caught in Cloud Crash just to push opponents away.
Yeah, of course. So I do also see that Trust Your Bro really sticking to their gut here. They believe that this composition is going to work. It has worked out in the early game. But now let's see if they can take it to the late game. Now, I won't bore the details. You know the old A-Poms, your 5 clear camps, so on and so forth, and then into the beach, right? So I want to talk a bit more about how they're going to a slightly different route this time, right? Like before, we did see the jungle has stayed the same, right? Blastoise. Now we're seeing the difference between the low Ninetales at the bottom. So what changes could they make here? And of course, I think not much. They don't have a lot of damage early on, so I think what they want to do is, of course, gain as much of a level advantage as they can to level 4, because both these characters here, Jigglypuff and Vulpix, right? They are a level 4 evolution character. They want to get their moves up early, and they can be able to farm and fight a lot better. So let's just see how this is going to go. They've already made out quite a bit here with that Iron on the top. And look, Lucario already scoring the first 5 points here, pushing it for quite a bit of, extra leveling, I guess, EXP, right? So maybe the level 5 will come from them first. And this might be great, because now we see Eldegoss pathing down. This is a 4 Pokemon bot lane. And we don't know where the rest are, right? So they must be preparing for something. They must be preparing for their bees as well. This could be another skirmish coming in. The Melon is not level 4. This is not good.
Yeah, this has been like the strategy for Overdrive, as I mentioned. This has been a strategy since earlier. This is gonna be a 4-man-1, and look at that. Overdrive was able to get the bees as well. Even that res is not going to help out the Snorlax. It's gonna be taken down, and look at that. They are going to go in for Powder Snow with the Powder Snow, of course, it still hasn't leveled up its move. But we have the Aurora Veil now up just to get some CCs in. But look at that. We have the Sing as well coming in from the side of the Wigglytuff, but it's not gonna be enough though to take them out. Guess the eject button, just being able to survive just a little bit and sacrifice the Wigglytuff away to get away. But I really think that it's fine for them to sacrifice to the Wigglytuff. I think this Pokemon, of course, Alolan Ninetales being a really squishy Pokemon, needs to survive more than that of the Wigglytuff. Because Wigglytuff could just get its bulk later on, get its sustain. But this Alolan Ninetales, once it's out, they're gonna be out of their own CCs.
Yeah, exactly. So let's just see how they play it out this time. They made a very good exchange here, and of course they don't want to waste that. So how are they going to capitalize on this? We'll wait to find out. It's only going to be another 20 seconds before we see another skirmish come about for the bees again. So I can't wait to see what this next fight is going to entail for both teams, because Trust Your Bow definitely a bit behind this time as opposed to being ahead in the early game from before. And maybe they might opt to just push up top, maybe get a Rotom instead of getting Dreadnought, realizing their situation. It could be a play. Maybe not the best play, but we'll wait and see. They could swing this in their favor if they do get the beast though. So let's see how it goes. No! Dazzling Gleam, clearing it out. Very nicely done. And of course, Lucario with the power punch, pushing in. Rapid Spin not able to make a lot of work happen. And of course, they're taking 2 of their teammates down. 3 down! This could be a team where they all collapse in. Because now, they don't have the Sweet Flux. They're not able to run away. This is a team wipe, essentially. A pseudo team wipe. And now going for Dreadnought immediately for it. The Melon starting it off. And there we go. Lucario and the rest of the team collapses down.
They're not
Overdrive
going to be able to
pushing in
steal this
for it,
away
and there
from
we go.
them, and Overdrive was able to just get in the Dreadnought. And look at that, as you mentioned, Overdrive was just harassing Treasure Bro, essentially pushing them away so that not only are they going to be able to win the team fight, but also, get the positional advantage over that of the Dreadnought. And that is just what happened. They were able to secure the Dreadnought quite majestically as well, beautifully done for the side of Overdrive. So now they have all the time that they need to rotate into that of the top lane. We are seeing some poking into that of the Rotom, but look at that, Hydro Typhoon is going to knock up a lot from the side of Treasure Bro and was just able to just get in the score into that of the first tier score goal. And I really like that Hydro Typhoon from the side of the Blastoise, just because of the fact that nobody else used their Unite move. They made sure that they're just gonna be saving it up, and that alone is enough of a CC just for them to follow up the damage to take down two of the Pokemon from the side of Treasure Bro.
And there we go. We also see the Ninetales having, of course, the Unite move Snow Globe, and we're gonna push in for it a bit more here with the bees. Let's see who's gonna get it this time. Blastoise not wanting to do his rapid spin to try and steal all the bees off, but may not be the worst choice, because better to play safe than sorry. The entire team was here. It could have been a 4v1, and Blastoise doesn't want to take that risk. So very well played here. Very good decision making, game insight here, and of course, like I said, we don't know how it's going to play out. Lucario now going to the jungle, and they're going to try to get as much XP they can. This game is all about XP. If you take Dreadnought, what can I do to regain that XP back? How am I trading back here and here? So let's see where this is going. They're going to score in
Those are
21 here.
definitely
Blastoise
the
not
questions
making it
that you
work
need to be asking. Those are definitely the questions that you need to be asking yourselves. If you want to win in a game like Pokemon Unite, where XP matters more than points. But again, this is a Pokemon game where this is a MOBA game where it's not really a MOBA game. That is a MOBA game.
That is a mobile game.
It doesn't work like any other MOBA games. But look at this right now. Hydro Pump. Sorry, not Hydro Pump. Hydro Typhoon is coming out right now. Where
So many.
Gatling God Missile is coming out as well from the side of Treasure Bro, but it's not going to deal a lot of damage here. Gets the Surf as well, but that's not going to be enough to get away. And look at that sandwich right there, is that of the Wigglytuff, and from there, Team Wipe to secure this Dreadnought. We're going to be seeing the Dreadnought one more time before the Zapdos comes out, but it's all a matter of time before Overdrive could take that Dreadnought. Maybe what Overdrive could do here is just, prevent the Treasure Bro from getting that Dreadnought, because again, that's gonna be like less than 20 seconds before the Zapdos comes out. Definitely Overdrive could take them away with them, but at the same time, if they're gonna be taking it, they're going to have like 90 seconds of cool debuff of the damage against the Zapdos. So it could be a good opportunity for them to just prevent Treasure Bro from getting the Dreadnought and then positioning
well,
into the Zapdos. Yes, that is true. That is true. That is something. That is that is true. But only if that Wigglytuff, right? If only that Wigglytuff could then get the Unite move beforehand.
I'm pretty sure they can stand by it very quickly. I mean, Wigglytuff has only been shown to use it just recently. He's able to definitely charge out in 2 minutes. I'm sure they can make this work here. And of course, that is also one thing I gotta add. Of course, in the words of JJ Kun, magnificent. So let's just see how they're gonna close this out here for the next tower. Tier 2 towers usually quite hard to clear out, but the fact that we're able to clear 50 points, another 32,
wow,
that is amazing. That is amazing in every sense of the word. Because now all they need to do is back, heal up, and they're ready to reposition for the last Dreadnought already, which is coming up in, of course, another about 30 seconds more before the countdown starts. But you know what? Better to be early than to be late, right? You want to make sure you're ready, stand by, and gonna get ready for it.
Yo, that was actually quite interesting. Like Treasure Bro made sure that their own Blastoise gets in on that second tier score goal. Made use of its Water Spout, and then made use of its Rapid Spin, and then Water Spout again combo, but still wasn't able to remove all the shield from the Blastoise of Overdrive in the score shield.
They could just be
that means it's just
it
could that only means that it's so tanky, has a lot of HP as well.
Now, this is something interesting here I'm seeing from Team Overdrive with the Melon, of course, the Alone Ninetales. Instead of going to help his team, he understands that, hey, my team got this, I'm going to go and farm. I'm going to get level 13, I'm going to get my, Aurora Veil here to be a plus move. And of course, that is very, very knowledgeable play here, right? Like, you know that your team can do it, you trust your team well enough to stand by. And remember what we said about Wigglytuff, right? The debuff is coming up. All he needs to do is stand with Wigglytuff, cleanse the buff, and they can force start it if they need to.
Right,
At
and at the
any
same time,
time,
you have
they're
to
ready
remember
for
as
it.
well that everyone, everyone from the side of Overdrive still has, no, sorry, has their Unite move, so they could just like proc them all day long and still get the advantage. But look at this Gatling Gut missile right now is being used
This is not a
by
good
Trust
trade.
Your
This
Bro,
is not
but
a
it's
good
not
trade.
gonna be a huge hit. But look at that, Aura Cannon was used as well. Powering Up wasn't able to CC anyone at all, so definitely that was just quite a waste of Unite move from the side of Trust Your Bro. And
They
now they
burned
are getting
everything. There's
popped
no way
in.
living.
They are getting popped out of their own Unite move. We're gonna be seeing the Snow Globe right now. We are still not seeing the Snow Globe. They were able to
He doesn't need the
properly
snow globe.
assess. They don't need, yeah, exactly. They don't need
Yeah,
to
they're
get the
already
Snow Globe
prepared.
to come out, and just like that, even without using all of without even using all of their Unite move, they were able to almost remove Trust Your Bro from play.
There was only 2 Unite moves, and of course, like Trust Your Bro did an amazing job, like just preparing to go in. But the one thing they didn't account for was, of course, the range of their moves. They were all just throwing it in the center, and nobody walked in. That's not what you want to
Right.
do. You want to be ready for it. Of course, there's still a chance of comeback, right? 45 seconds. If they all collapse one more time, make an amazing play, a miracle play, of course, this could be their game. And I want to see that. Because it looks like they're definitely converging in middle again. They're trying to make it work, but they are just being shoved back. Trust Your Bro, unable to do anything, getting knocked out here. Snorlax is going down, and this might be it. If they're gonna wall them off a few more seconds, I don't think they have enough time to examples and even run down. This could be the play that they have to go for. But every second that comes down is making that play seemingly impossible each time. 10 seconds on the clock. I don't think it is possible. Trust Your Bro, make it count here. Snowball comes in, and of course, 3, 2, 1, time's up. Game set. Let's see the scores. And here we have it, 408 to 179. Overdrive takes this game with about 300-point lead, and of course, we're trying to say make the right plays, right? We're emphasizing like how they were like going together and coming in, and well, I think Overdrive just took it one step further, right? Like as the name tells,
Yep.
Overdrive, they kicked into Overdrive. They moved in together as a team, one unit, one team moved in.
Right, so that's gonna be the game for Overdrive from Indonesia and Trust Your Bro. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing Trust Your Bro anymore. So
unfortunate.
yeah, that's quite unfortunate. And for now, really huge props for Trust Your Bro for playing in our Southeast Asia exhibitions. So definitely, again, this is not gonna be the last one. So we'll be seeing more of Trust Your Bros for future tournaments for Southeast Asia and maybe even on Malaysia, Malaysia region, communities as well. But
Definitely always cheering them on, right? Like we'll definitely see them come back stronger than before, right?
yeah, of
That's
course,
hard
this
to
is
make.
this is well again, this is just an exhibition matches, right? This is just an invitationals. This is not a tournament. This is just to showcase your skills from from your region, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Philippines, just to showcase your regions. This is just a platform to showcase your region, to showcase your strengths coming in from representing your region. And again, this is also a place to learn strategies, to share and discuss, strategies from other regions. Like it's quite limiting, it's quite limiting to have only your competitive experience only to your
From
region.
tournament.
See, right? No, not from your tournaments, but like from your region. Just
Your
like if
region
I'm
tournament.
only playing right, if I'm only playing in Philippine only tournaments, and then I suddenly try to play in an international event, I'll be shocked. I'll definitely be shocked because definitely I know for a fact that my region isn't the only region in the world.
Yeah, that's true. So I think this is a great experience for all the players here, and well, what else can I say about that, right? Like this is an amazing event come together by all the C players battling out, duking it out to, of course, number one, see who is the best, right? But number two, also, a culture shock for each of us to see how Unite meta has evolved over the regions and so on and so forth. So can't wait to see the next games coming up very soon, right?
Yes, speaking of really soon, we'll be having a really short break just to prepare the next game. It is going to be Mammoth Wine Warriors from the Philippines and a Mega Tyranitar from Vietnam.
Can't
We'll
wait
be
to see
seeing
that.
both of their sides. We'll be seeing both of the sides of the stream here. So one side from MSY Winners and one side from Mega Tyranitar. So we'll be right back. We'll just set up the stream. We'll just set up the players, and we'll immediately head into the game. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Ciao.
Welcome back, guys. This is going to be our final game for today. Once again, I am JJ, and with me is Nitera. I'm from the Philippines. He's from Singapore. This is the Southeast Asia Community Exhibition for Pokemon Unite, and this is again the last game for today. It is going to be
Oh
Mamoswine
damn!
Whiners from the Philippines versus Mega Tyranitar from Vietnam.
I can't believe this is the last game for today. I've been so hyped throughout. I just wish I could keep this energy going all the way to all the rest of the games. And of course, these two players are definitely not going to upset any one of us here today. We're going to be casting it to you right here, right now. So you know what? Maybe the last game for today, but we're going to have a good showing regardless. So
Definitely.
what do we got, JJ? What do we got? Mamoswine Whiners has been showing a performance here today, and of course, we have seen a few of the players from them as well, right? They fought Overdrive,
Right.
which was our last team that won, and of course, Mega Torrenta has fought Trust River, also the last team that we played with just now, right? So both those teams showed an amazing showing there just before, and you gotta think about it, right? Like for them to lose to these two players, right? They were good. So
Yeah.
they must be better at the very least, right? Like they gotta be.
Definitely.
At some level.
Like we are seeing such a good game, such good games from Overdrive and Trust Your Bros. But again, as you mentioned, if these are the teams that actually defeated them earlier, then that means these teams would be giving us like a more hyped out match,
Exactly. You get
more
what I'm
exciting
saying.
matches, right? So anyway, we are heading now straight into the match. And here we have it. Let's find out what they are using for the side of Mega Tyranitar. It is going to be the Eldegoss. We have the Wigglytuff, we have Greninja, Mr. Mime, and Venusaur. Kyorgis, Mr. Mime is really, really good. But for the side of Mamoswine, it is going to be Venusaur. It is going to be Greninja, Blastoise, Lucario, Wigglytuff, and that of the Eldegoss. There you go.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see how this team plays out. I've actually played with some of the players just a bit before today's matches, and of course,
Yes, you have.
amazing showing, right? So, of course, Mr. Mime was definitely one of those players I've played with, right? Like Kyogre was really something I did not expect because we don't see a lot of Mr. Mime in like any of the competitive scene. So this is an amazing thing to see, right? Like someone actually representing the man, the clown, the jester himself, Mr. Mime, and I can't wait to see that. And of course, on the other end, we also see like a very standard composition. So I don't know about you, but this is going to be an interesting fight. We're going to see a lot of close face fights so that Mr. Mime can proc off confusion, get a lot of damage off. And right here, we already see Fake Out clashing in and Tuna already trying to make something work here with the core fish because he knows he can't fight Kyogre here. So Mr. Mime now trying to go for the Fake Out and get a free crab here. And we're going to bounce back down to the bottom lane. Mamoswine Winders, of course, making it back, trying to grab all of their EXP here. And no difference, right? Like we see Lucario taking the EXP, it's still the same thing as before we were talking about skirmish, EXP, getting it in, and of course, ensuring that they're ready to take the first set of bees. So what are they gonna do here? I don't know, but next objective, bees. They're ready for it. They're standing by. We see Frogadier waiting in the bush. We see 3 of them already at bottom. Mamoswine Wilders is prepared. Now, what is Mega Tyranitar going to do in response to this? Of course, they're going to just stand by and start going for it. And Kyogre opting to stay at top against Lucario here. I think this is going to be a 4v4 bot. And of course, the Lucario solo versus Mr. Mime. And there we have it. Very nice transition back out of it. They didn't take too much damage, thankfully. But of course, they didn't exactly lose all the bees as well. So, not the worst drop off here, but we'll get to that in a bit because we do see quite a bit of damage coming in for both teams here. And of course, Mamoswine Winders not exactly doing very well here. They're going to try and get this Arno. And there we go. Second evolution coming in there. Eldegoss now trying to make some plays here, using the Leaf Tornado to push his team forward here, advancing. But I think they might be a bit too deep. This could be bad for them.
Right, and
here we have it. Yeah,
dude, like at this excuse me. So at this point on, what I really like about what Mamoswine Whiners is doing here is that at the very least they know whether to get in or just get in some poking. But at this point, JNS here is just trying to get in some some damage into the top lane. Again, as you mentioned, it's a 1v1, but at the same time, we are almost into the point where the Dreadnought is coming out. So everyone is just like, positioning themselves to get that Dreadnought up. But look at that. The Odin is going into the side of Mammoth Swine Whiners, into that of Virus on the Greninja. And that's going to be a huge lead as well for Mammoth Swine Whiners. Now, whoever's going to be able to get this, the beast is going to have a huge time into that of the Dreadnought. But at the same time, Mammoth Swine Whiners here is just trying to harass away Mega Tyranitar. And from there on out, they were just able to, push them away. But look at this. Getting the points here from Kyorge is definitely going to be quite a risky play as they were hamburgered away to death. And right now, they're taken
Completely
down.
collapsed.
And look at this as well. That is a team wipe right now. They're not going to be able to get in the Dreadnought first, but instead gets in that tier 1 score goal first, and then get that steal
Nicely
that
done.
away. Steal that Dreadnought away from the Greninja of Mega Tyranitar, and I think that's actually quite great as well. If they were a little bit too late, even though they're 5-man stack that on the bottom lane, it would have been the Dreadnought for the side of Mega Tyranitar.
Yeah, they did really well there to just, collapse down to the Dreadnought and steal it off right under there. Because could you imagine if you're on that team and you're like, all right, I'm at least doing something for my team. Even if my team wipes, I still got the Dreadnought. And there it goes. It just gets snipes right under, and you go down as well. You just don't want to see that happen, of course. And right here, we see the power, of course, the majestic power of Mr. Mime with the M as well, right? They're making it work. We do see Hydro Typhoon coming in. They're definitely collapsing down to the space here, and this is amazing. We didn't expect them to see them going so deep like that and committing resources, but then again, Rotom is up, so this might be the correct time to collapse down right there, and this pays off here because we do see the Rotom getting taken, as I said, almost getting the. Oh no, they do clear it out, and this is not looking good for Mega Tyranitar. Let's see how this plays out because Mammoth Swine Whiners is collapsing on Kyogre here, and next will be the Elder Gods. I don't think they want to stand here, but it looks like we're going to take another down. Wiggly is going back, trying to make something work here, but no. Mammoth Swine Whiners moving into the Greninja, clearing it out. Rotom coming in as well. This is going to be a huge amount of points they're going to get in just like that. 7 seconds down the Rotom. They're going to clear the entire jungle. They're going to make something work. Mammoth Swine Whiners cleared all their points. They're very happy with this trade. They just want to get out and, reset here. They want to get as much XP they can and also prepare for Dreadnought. They've already done the best they can, and of course, unfortunately, Kyogre goes in for it, takes the 80 XP here, and there we go. We don't have to see the whole play, come together, but we generally get the gist of it, right? You don't want to get killed when you're ahead of levels. You don't want to give them EXP to come back, because right now, look at who is ahead here, because I think it looks like Mega Tyranitar is already in position and ready to go in for it. And that's not where you want to be in this situation. So right here, we do see they're trying to go for it. Kyogre is all the way on top trying to score. And there we go. Mammoth Swine Whiners taking out Dreadnought once again. Don't want to be where they are at right now. Let's see what the plays are. 40 points coming in for Greninja here. Nicely done, getting the points in. Now, this is going to be, again, a reset for all of them. They don't want to, commit too much resources. And, I don't know about you, JJ, but I think this is going to be quite an interesting matchup if this is going to keep going back and forth. I don't know whose way it's going to be, man.
I mean, at this point, Zapdos is still a thing here. Even when Mammoth Swine Wonders, has, seemingly has the lead here, in terms of points, taking down the two of the first tier score goals, from the side of the Mega Tyranitar. If Mega Tyranitar would be able to take in this Dreadnought, the Zapdos, then definitely they still have a huge chance from going back against Mammoth Swine Wonders. But at the same time, Mammoth Swine Wonders here is stockpiling their points just in case that happens. Just in case of Mega Tyranitar would be able to get in the Zapdos, so that they would be able to score counter score against them. But look at this, we're gonna be seeing some scoring in from the side of Kyorgi, and of course at the same time we're gonna be seeing Showtime as well with just one Pokemon, but it's gonna get Mammoth Swan gonna get sandwiched here by that of the Blastoise, coming in with that of the Hydro Pump. Sorry, not Hydro Pump, but rather
No,
Rapid
Hydro
Spin,
Water Spin.
Water Spout, and there we have it. We're gonna be seeing a KO here. They're calling in on the
Hopefully
implements,
not,
but not for
hopefully
them.
not. Oh, no.
But not for them. Cotton Cloud Crash right now, definitely coming in from Rafila, going to do a lot of damage here, going to be able to KO that that Mr. Mime, but that's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade for them as well. Now, right now we're gonna be seeing some 2 lane right now, 2 up top, 2 in the bottom lane, but for the side of Mammoth Swine Winders, they are just trying their way to trying their best to essentially just get the positional advantage over that of the Dreadnought. And even though that they're just letting, sacrificing the top lane for the Mammoth Riders, they're still in the lead in terms of points, and at the same time they are going to be in lead in terms of XP as well. And I think this is quite detrimental as well for the side of Mega Tyranitar,
Yeah,
as
exactly.
Mammoth Riders is going to be having the higher XP, just for them to be able to get a better glimpse of how this Zapdos is going to happen. And right now they are just trying to, they're just trying to get their positional advantage over that of the Zapdos, just in case the Mega Tyranitar gets in, so that they would be able to just, punish everyone at all. At this point, Mammoth Riders still has the lead on points, and they Mega Tyranitar just needs to get the Zapdos if they want to win this one. If not, get a counter, what it calls counter scoring. But look at this right now. Get the confusion
This could
up.
be it.
Going to do a lot of damage into that of the Dreadnought, but that's not going to be enough to
Missing
take it
guards
down.
are,
But is it going to be enough to take it down? The Water Burst Shuriken is going to be
burning it.
used, but it's not going to be able to take it down. But we see Showtime as well with that Hydro Typhoon going to be able to take them out as well. And look at this Rafaela. It's not going to be able to let them survive. Still doesn't have the Unite move, Cloud Crash, but they're going to be able to take down the Greninja from the side of Mega Tyranitar. No, not quite enough, as it was able to be alive. But look at that Water Spot right now coming in from Hoenn right now. Not going to be enough to take down this Wigglytuff as well. But that's going to
But
be a
that's great,
2-for-2 trade though. That is actually quite
Exactly.
great for the side of Mega Tyranitar. They are still going to be able to get into the score. Greninja right now is on the Zapdos just to be able to damage it right there. But that also
might just be
means
okay
that
on his own.
Mammoth Winers could get that information to get inside the Zapdos and steal that away from Mega Tyranitar. Right now, we're going to be seeing Hoenn right now with that of the Rapid Spin. Cotton Cloud Crush is going to be
Here we go.
used.
Get
We
it,
are
get it,
seeing
get it.
the
Nicely
Recital. Starlight Recital is going to be used, and they were able to take down the Zapdos, and from here on out, they just need to score in. And right now, Mammoth Winers, what they're going to be doing here is just counter score. If they can't counter score in time, I think they would not have a good time at this point. But look at this. They're going to be giving the they're going to be giving the Blastoise the points there. Getting in that 50, getting that 68 as well at that bottom lane, but they still need to get in one more score, I believe, for them to be able to, overscore Mega Tyranitar.
Yeah, and that's such an amazing play, right? We don't get to see a lot of Mr. Mime, and of course, Mr. Mime happens to be the one that shines through, going in to steal the Zapdos just like that, and showing everyone what Mr. Mime truly is all about. And of course, I can't wait to see more of this. Time is up. We're gonna see more of this. I can't believe we're gonna see more of Mr. Mime
Oh.
here. Going to make such big plays, and look at that amount of points they've scored. It is such that gap here is so big.
Mhm.
Like, what? I
Yeah,
don't know
that
what
is
else
a-
to say, man. I'm speechless, man.
That is what I've been saying since earlier. Mega Tyranitar here actually is doing quite a really good job, being the initiator basically of their team. Making sure that they're gonna be the ones who, Mr. Mime's gonna be the one who initiates the fights here, going in for that of the guard swap, and then immediately goes in for the confusion to deal a lot of damage.
Right.
And then of course at the same time, Showtime is going to deals a lot of CC, does a lot of CC against their opposing team, and from there on out, make sure that they initiate the fight, give way to everyone from the team to follow up with the damage, and from there on out, that is just the team composition, the team formula right now for Mega Tyranitar. If they're gonna be able to take down this Mr. Rhyme, the one that gives them the road, the one that cleans out the road from them, I think they would get disrupted a lot. And I think if Mama's Mind could do that, then definitely they would have a better chance of winning against Mega Tyranitar, who now has 1 point ahead of Mama's Mind Runners.
And I'd just like to note, right, like, we were talking about how they were getting Dreadnought. I think they've gotten, like, 3 Dreadnoughts, Mammoth Warriors, and they still weren't able to, like, clench it out, right? They basically couldn't make it work from there, and that's interesting, because usually you would think more XP, more levels. More levels means more damage means I lead to better team fights, means Zapdos. And that isn't what happened. Like, what ended up happening was a lot of, like, skirmishes that didn't pull off. We saw the first fight in there, right, before it started, was the Mr. Mime versus Greninja. Got hit by confusion, taking about like 3,000 damage, right? And then of course, burning number 1, Water Burst Shuriken. Going into fight, here's the Greninja. Blastoise then using Hydro Typhoon. They burned 2 Unites just like that for the price of Mr. Mime's 1. And you gotta think, like, with this amount of advantage, how are they gonna capitalize it? Because Mammoth Warriors could have capitalized it from there, and they didn't. And that's a detrimental issue with the entire fight. If they had positioned themselves better, the Greninja wouldn't be in a tough spot. I think letting go of the Greninja at that point might have been the correct play, but who am I to say? I'm not the player. I'm just on the desk right here.
Who are you to say? How dare you, Nitera?
You're not playing.
How
you're in
dare
the
you,
game.
bro? You're not at the game. You don't know what the situation was like. You don't. But like,
I'm a washed up
Yeah.
player, right? That's why I'm here.
Well,
on my
anyway,
way yeah. The next
yeah,
game,
we
on
are
our
now
way to-
getting into our last game of the day.
No.
If Mega Tyranitar, no, potentially the last game of the day. If Mega Tyranitar wins this match, then yeah, it is gonna be the last game for for the day, and then we'll be continuing on with the losers semifinals, and of course the winners semifinals and the grand finals as well tomorrow. But if Mama's Wine winners could adjust here, then definitely we're gonna be seeing game number 3. And interestingly as well, all of the games so far had been 2-0s. Everything had been 2-0. So if Mama's Wine winners could get a win here, then it is going to be the first game
2-1.
3 for the day.
But commentators, guys, right? We don't want to talk about that yet. Just lower it down. We don't want them to hear us. We don't want the world to listen to it and be like, oh yeah, we gotta change this right now. 2-0, 2-0. But of course, all of us here definitely excited to see a game 3 here. I don't know about you, but for my voice, I'd trade a game 3 easily. So let's get to it. Let's not make any more speculations. Come on. Game's coming up. We see Mr. Mime going in again. Same thing as usual. Nothing has changed in this composition on the side of Mega Tyranitar. So I don't know about you, but looks like they're pretty confident in this Mime pick. And so far, it has been leading them to very great success. Mega Tyranitar pushing in here, all the A-palms, confident that, maybe getting level 3 is the better play here. And of course, Light Screen into Fake Out here could pose a lot of damage. And they're already going to start their points and scoring here. Mammoth Wonders just opting to give it up. It's just 8 points, right? What are they going to do 8 points? If we get more EXP, then we can start the fight. A 2v1 ensues. Mammoth Winders, unfortunately, not getting it. Very amazing gameplay right here. Mr. Mime breaking the game from within the game, getting the A-palm next, and they're going to try and go for another score here. Which almost leads me to believe sometimes that, they might be running a score item, which is why he's doing so much damage as well. So, what's up with
Yeah,
that?
it could have been what was
Spec
that? What
glasses,
was
right?
that? No. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That was
spec glasses, not
choice.
white glasses.
Yeah. White glasses
specs.
only
No,
choice
wait,
specs.
that's
Yeah,
not it.
choice specs. Wait, no.
Spec glasses, right?
Because
Spec
white
lens.
glasses, right?
We're getting
I don't
somewhere
know.
with this. We're getting somewhere with this.
Oh
It's
no.
specs,
Wise glasses only adds up special attack, but doesn't stack up on points.
It's the other one, specs something.
Dude,
We're
not
getting
only
there.
are we washed up players, but we're also washed up casters apparently. Special attack specs. There we go.
Yeah.
Special attack specs.
Specs.
Spatak specs. There you go.
I'm gonna call that out for like the rest of the game. Like every time Mr. Mime goes in.
We just call it specs then. We just call it specs. Yeah. We just call it specs.
All right, anyways, enough for kidding around. We do see the skirmish coming in here on the 8-minute mark. We're going into the Dreadnought round here. Of course, let's see how they position themselves. Mouse One is already preparing themselves again, and of course, Mega Tyranitar, not afraid. They're already prepared to just slowly make their way down for the beast. They've got enough time to walk down here. Karagor just making their way down. Maybe he's gonna get a few crabs here. No, looks like it's all clean and it's all skirmish time here, right? Arno coming in, gets the guard swap, and here we go. Big damage here, getting the Arno just like that. Again, it is amazing how much damage he does with just confusion. And of course, with a low cooldown to boot, 6 seconds is actually not a lot of cooldowns, actually, if you think about it, right?
Right. That is actually pretty quick to cool down. Especially we have the Venusaur as well. With that of the Solar Beam. Solar Beam Plus at level 13 only has essentially it has 6 seconds,
4
but
seconds cooldown, right?
it's just 4 seconds essentially because of the startup and everything.
Yeah.
So getting it spammable, moves that has less than 4 seconds, maybe even less than 6 seconds of cooldown is actually quite spammable in this game. And knowing the fact that the map is just so small, and then the respawn time is just so quick as well. It is actually quite an overpowered move. If your move only has like less than 6 seconds, but look at that right now.
Hydro
Mammoth
Typhoon
is going to be
coming
able
in.
to take that one. Going to be able to get the Dreadnought, but look at that as well. It's going to be a team wipe. It's going to be a
Mammoth
team wipe for
is
them,
doing
and they're
very
just going to be
well
able to
here.
take this
There we go.
one. They're just going to be able to take this tier 1 score goal, and we are seeing the
19
adjustments
point
coming in from
overscore.
Mammoth Riders right now.
Nice overcap there by about 19 points, I believe. And of course, this is going to be not exactly a big score, but it'll definitely count up like all their points, and you're gonna realize, well, that 19 points really did a lot. And of course, they are pushing it right here, making some amazing plays and keeping it on the ropes. I can't believe I'm seeing this, but it looks like Mammoth Side 1 is definitely pushing for a much greater advantage this time. And maybe it's just, having lost the first game, they go like, all right, we need to get our game together. We need to be composed. We need to push it together, right? And of course, we do see that happening, and they are doing an amazing job. So I don't know about you. Metal 1 is giving me a run for my money, and there we have it. Pushing in just like that. Mega Tornado, of course, not going to give it up here. They're going to try go bot here and get a bit more scores here. A bit more XP, hoping to get level 9 here and get a Unite move. There we go. The showtime is here, right? And let's
Right.
see where this is going to lead to. Because now,
Now
all
here's
you
the
need to do
thing,
is
right?
prepare and set it around Mr. Mime, right?
Now here's the
So,
thing,
yeah,
right?
you're saying?
I mentioned how this Mr. Mime is giving all the way into Mega Tyranitar's, when they're going into a team fight. But what Minus One is just doing here is that they're trying to shut down everyone else. They're shutting down everyone else aside from Mr. Mime. And again, this is the game where it's not like other games. It's not like other mobile games where if you make if you like funnel one Pokemon in one character, you could still get a comeback with just one character. But like in this game, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And right now, while they're shutting down everyone else, Mr. Mime is still up top here. Still trying to survive, but it's not gonna be helping out a lot here. But look at that right
There we
now.
go.
Showtime's coming down. Mammoth Ryan going to get CCs, but look at that Hydro Typhoon coming in from Mammoth Ryan as well. Going to be able to CC a lot, but Rapid Speed is going to be able to take down that Wigglytuff, but at the same time is also going to be able to give them a positional advantage over that of the Dreadnought. And right now we are seeing this Wigglytuff just trying to push away Kyorgi right now from that Dreadnought, and they were able to successfully do it as well. And they were able to take down this Mr. Mime as well for Mammoth Miners. Right now, they definitely have the advantage over the points. Over the XP, but not the points. Not yet, at the very least.
You were saying like, oh, they were going in for like everyone else but Mr. Mime, and right now I think that's paid off because they've definitely taken down the Mr. Mime here, and I think they've done everything they can to catch up with Mr. Mime. And at this point, it's looking to be a very tough fight for Mega Tyranitar. Initially, it was at least Mr. Mime staying alive. Now it's looking into the hands of Mammoth Wilders entirely. Even the Roto can't help them here. They might have like basically a 6th player, right? But I still believe that at this point, Mammoth Wilders is so ahead in terms of XP, in terms of damage, in terms of points, that they just need to sit tight and prepare. And of course, we do see that they're doing it well. Of course, on the map itself, it doesn't look like they are ahead, right? It looks like pretty even in terms of points. But I assure you, if they were to make one team fight here, one good fight, they'll make amazing comeback here. And that's not something they want to give up. Mammoth One is definitely going to try and hold a Rotom in this case, is based on my predictions. So once the Dreadnought comes out, I'm pretty sure it's going to be just defending the Dreadnought away from Mega Tyranitar and preparing to position Zapdos here. So
okay,
it's anyone's
but
guess.
here's the thing though. Like in just less than a minute, Zapdos is coming out, right? Zapdos is coming out. There's still definitely the Dreadnought's not going to be taken down by anyone in this game, but here's the thing. There's a lot of points right now for Mega Tyranitar. So Mammoth Swine Warners, they might be able to just like position themselves into that of the Zapdos, and at the same time, Mega Tyranitar could just counter score, and that is what they're doing right now. 14 up top right now, and it's gonna be coming down with 50 as well in 11. I think it would have been really nice if they could like counter score once the 2-minute mark comes out. But at this point on, they're just trying to they just want to bring down all the points that they could, just to take down everything they could as well, just to be able to get in all the points from that of the Zapdos. But I don't think that's gonna be enough though. But look at this, Mama's Wanderers. I thought it wasn't enough to take down the Dreadnought, but like they were able to take it down. But look at this, another one Showtime as well, but no follow up from anyone from Mega Tyranitar. Verdant Anger is gonna be popped up as well, but not gonna do a lot of damage here. Kroger is still able to survive, but look at that right now. Lift Tornado is gonna be used as well. Water Spout and another Rapid Spin with a Water Spout as well. Solar Beam is going to help down as
There
well.
we go.
Fires
They're gonna try
is
to
going to
push
do
it
a lot
right.
of damage, but still not going to be able to deal a lot
inside
here.
the
Not going to be
hydro.
enough to take down anyone at all. Virus is now going down as
Just
well.
one
No,
down.
yes, it is the Winged Up. Sorry, not Virus, but the Winged Up. But look at this as well. The Blaster's going down as well. Almost getting KO'd as well, but Rafila is going to get taken down if... Oh, that was actually quite close for them. But here's the thing,
This
though.
could be
Mega
it.
Tyranitar needs to secure the Zapdos, because if they can't secure the Zapdos, they're still going to be losing this one. And they were able to secure the
And they
Zapdos.
got it, they
And
got
right
it.
now, they just need to score in. But look at that. NCT just got taken down. They're not going to be able to score in. Greninja's going to be able to score in. But at the same time, we have the Wings Up onto that of the bottom lane as well. Going to essentially score in, 46 points. Enough to take down that score goal, but at the same time, there's no one going to jump into that of the first tier score goal for the side of Mega Tyranitar, and they were just able to they just essentially sacrificed that first score goal, and essentially almost as if what do you call this, ignoring and putting regards into the scores that Mega Tyranitar has did, because there's only two Pokemon that actually scored in for Mega Tyranitar at that point. So that's actually, it's still kind of risky. It could be anyone's game still. We still don't know who's gonna be winning this one. It could be Mega Tyranitar, it could be Mammoth Swine Winners, but look at this right now. Going to jump into that the top lane, going to get that showtime just to prevent them from getting any score at all. But that again, 10 seconds as you mentioned, going to prevent Mammoth Swine Winners from getting any more score, and we might see. I don't know. I still don't know who's gonna be winning this one. Could be anyone's game.
Very different. I don't know, man. Mega Tyranitar taking it.
Mega
and there we
Tyranitar
go.
taking it down.
I definitely think clearing the Zapdos is definitely the right play there, because again, another additional 30 points you have to account for, and this might be it, right? We were thinking about it. We're like, all right, I think Mega Tyranitar's got it, but Mammoth Swine Winners
Right,
amazing comeback, right? And they
Yes,
almost-
Mega Tyranitar was able to secure the Zapdos, but at the same time, they were able to encounter Mega Tyranitar quite beautifully as well, to the point that they were able to block out two of the players from Mega Tyranitar from scoring. So that that's why there's only two players. There was only two players that were able to score after the Zapdos from the side of the Mega Tyranitar, and from there, I think that was a pretty good play. If they had more points, if Mammoth Swine Winners had more points, then definitely they would have been able to, maybe get a win and maybe get into game number 3. But quite unfortunately, that is not what's going to happen. We're not going to get into game number 3. All of the games right now so far has been 2-0. I think I would be able to show you the brackets in a bit, so give me a moment. Nitera, what are your thoughts?
I don't know, man, because I'll be honest with you, I've seen a lot of these teams before, and I have to be, I'm a bit interested in looking at Vietnam's, because I know I said I see a lot of teams before, right? And that is true for the Southeast Asia scene, but Vietnam is one I have absolutely zero idea. Mega Tyranitar has shown a spectacular display over a lot of the games that we've seen today, and this is the first time I've actually properly seen them in action against Mammoth Swine Winners, which is a team I have fought against them before in tournaments, number one, and also seen them grow and learn, grow, play, and I can attest to them being good. But seeing Mega Tyranitar right there, showcasing all their skills, they just come going back and forth. It is amazing. It is amazing. It
So,
shocked
see,
me
this
to the
is-
core.
this
It
is-
shook
this is-
me to the core. The culture
This
shock.
is what's important. See, in a game where in a game like Tekken, right? In a game like Tekken, Pakistan is a region that nobody knows has a really good, in the FGC, right? Doesn't know that there's a lot of good players until Arslan Ash came into the scene in Evo Japan, and then winning Evo, the main Evo as well. Now,
Exactly.
this could be said the same here for Vietnam. Nobody has ever seen a Vietnamese team in international tournaments, and right now we're seeing them getting a 2-0 against arguably one of the best teams in Southeast Asia, that of being, Mammoth Swine Winners. So definitely getting a 2-0 is quite a statement for Vietnam. So we'll definitely see more of Vietnam. And of course, Mammoth Swine Winners, this is still this is not the end yet for Mammoth Swine Winners, as they could still get their wins on the losers brackets, and still have a chance to get into the grand finals tomorrow.
So I can't wait to see all these amazing teams. Of course, we've already seen Mammoth Warriors, Mega Tyranitar, so it's up to Navi from Vietnam, X from
Mm-hmm.
Indonesia. Of course, Overdrive Indonesia, we're waiting to see who's going down against them for that fight. And of course,
Mm-hmm.
Mammoth Winers as well, who we just watched. But don't forget, of course, we still have another loser bracket round 1, which is Dynamods from Philippines versus Team Horizon in Malaysia. So I don't know. We've got to look forward to maybe the return of Mammoth Winers, Overdrive
Mm-hmm.
pushing back in, or maybe we'll see
Mm-hmm.
Indonesia with X just clearing the rest of the games out here, or Mega Tornado sitting very beautifully in the
Mm-hmm.
semifinals here, just taking the rest of it. So anyone's game right here. Let's hope to see some amazing time, right?
Right, and definitely that's gonna be it for now, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show that we've had today. Of course, there's still going to be day number 2, as you know, we still haven't played out all the matches. We'll be playing it tomorrow, but for now, this is gonna be it, guys. Once again, I have been your caster. My name is JJ. Earlier on, we had Rio Shaggy from Indonesia, and
Yeah.
right now, of course, to end it all up, we have Nitera from Singapore, which we do hope that Singapore joins the Southeast Asia Community Exhibition for Pokemon Unite
We'll
on
get
the next
something
time that we
together,
do
come on.
it. We'll get
We'll
something
get
together.
something.
Definitely. Definitely. But for now, that's gonna be it for now, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.